I'll hit record first thing, unlike last time where I almost forgot to hit record completely. How we doing? How we doing? We got some Billy Woods this morning, kids. I'm excited. Billy Woods, man. I love Maps. Maps is an incredible album. Babylon by Bus. Oh my God, that song is fucking fire. What? Probably one of my best. Well, not my best. My favorite songs of all time. Like definitely probably in the top 50. Just an amazing fucking song. How we looking? My first time seeing you live. Hey, first time chatter. Welcome, Coca-Cola lights. Coca-Cola lights up. We got Tusk 81 first time. We got, I guess I'll just call him Lakim first time. Thunder, Doughboy. We got a couple first time chatters here. Rose Gold. All right. Well, welcome first time chatters and welcome everybody else. Thanks for hopping in and joining. Hope you guys are doing well. This feels nice, man. I was thinking about this actually yesterday. I was like, oh, cool. Yeah, I'll do a new album. So I'll do a live stream, and that's fine. I'm liking the live streaming a little bit more. It used to be kind of stressful, but now I'm finding that this channel, more and more, this channel calms me down. Sitting down and doing this calms me down. It's very nice. It's a very nice position to be in, you know? First listen for not... however you say that second part. First listen for me. Okay, we're going to discuss the name of the album. Okay, I'm going to say the word one time because apparently this word is a bad word. It is a naughty word. We're not allowed to say this word, but we're going to say the word one time because the name of the album is Gollywog. Now, this word I've never heard it before. I didn't really know it was a thing until the album came along. Apparently that word is, if you look at the cover, that's what they call this knit doll that was wildly popular in the Deep South in like the 60s and 70s and was popular in South America. Apparently it was designed to mock how black people look, I guess. So that's why the word for the description of the doll is offensive and it shouldn't be repeated and so on. So there's your very, very, very quick lesson on the word. So that's the name of the album. That's where it comes from. Literally never heard. Like if you were to put that on a quiz, I would associate that with like, you know, pirates, you know, like Scallywag or something like that. But there you go. We got 52 minutes, 18 tracks. I didn't look up to see if there's any music videos. I'm not really going to worry about the music videos today, I think. What genre of this? Billy Woods, when I looked it up, it was like experimental hip hop, I guess. I consider Billy Woods to be excellent hip hop. If you enjoy the excellent genre, so there you go. And Laurie says particularly popular in the UK. It was prominent here in advertising brands. Oh wow. Okay. And Laurie, however you pronounce that. I remember seeing it when I was a kid, and not like the doll, but like that style of imagery. My aunt used to have this little like sign up by the pool, and all it was this little girl who was depicted that way in terms of like just the art style. What was she doing? She was like trying to climb through a fence or something. It was like this little girl, and there was like a duck like biting at her like her diaper bottoms or something. It was a very odd picture. And my aunt loved it for some reason. I don't know. And my aunt's a very nice lady. Like, I don't know. Very strange. I feel my face going flush as I like recall this image in my mind, right? But I never really thought anything of it because I was a fucking kid. And I didn't even know, you know, I would be honestly shocked to find that if my aunt had any kind of inclination in terms of what all of this imagery relates to and what it's supposed to mean and what have you, right? But I don't really recall ever seeing. I mean, the only thing that I can think of that comes to mind would just be like old school Disney cartoons, where some of that shit was a little odd as well, you know? Anyway, there you go. Martin wants to know if it's going on YouTube. Yes, it's going on YouTube. It will go on YouTube later today. Tanner's at work. Good for you, Tanner. Glad to. Hopefully this will help your morning out a little bit, or afternoon, or wherever you are. There's a story in a pub, UK, having all of them on display last year. Please tell me to put them away. All the right-wingers were chanting free speech. Yeah, they sure do love to chant free speech when it's time to talk awful about other people, don't they? And I'm going to call you Matthias. I don't know how to pronounce it, but there you go. Welcome to another first-time chatter. Let's get into the album. I caught a couple things on Twitter this morning on accident. Apparently there's a track, like track 4, people are having a hard time with. And apparently there's some sample of like a woman dying that Billy Woods is rapping over. So that might be a little odd. Other than that, I have no fucking idea what to expect. Billy Woods is excellent though. Well, I've heard Maps, and Maps is excellent. I like that album quite a bit. So let's get into it. This did just release, Tim. This came out today. So brand new release by Billy Woods. And let's jump in. Track 1's called Jumpscare. We got Steel Tipped Dove producing. Yeah. And the cover, the cover is interesting because the cover is the doll that the album is named after. It's out in the woods, which, okay, Billy Woods, I don't know. What I find peculiar is this like pipe. There's like a couple pipes laying down on the ground or something. There's some sort of structure there. And I want to like read into it a whole bunch, but I don't know what to read into. Anyway, let's jump in. Track 1, Jumpscare, new Billy Woods album. Drop it in. First time listen. Here we go. How do you like this shit?
Ragdoll playing dead, rabbit dog in the yard. Car won't start, it's bees in her head. Daddy long legs stride you home like Cecil Rose. Death poems folded in breast pocket my bed clothes. It's a dark road, but ain't no accidents, no coincidences, it's all praxis. Some drove, some crawled, some ran glancing backwards, some ran ravenous. Tender is the flesh, slender imaginary friends. This winter, you'll eat to live. Summer, heat blew the grid. Rabbit dog in the yard, car won't start, rag dog playing dead.
Trippy.
Fossa terminale, la trypanosomiase est caractéristique. Le sommeilleux n'est plus qu'un grabataire. Il tombe là où il se trouve, entraîné par un invincible sommeil vers une issue fatale à laquelle aucun remède.
One strip of tarmac laid through the wilderness to where the natives work the pits, and you don't eat the fish. One strip of tarmac laid through the wilderness to where the planes and ships sit. It's a grip. Vaccinations was TB and whooping cough, looping thoughts. Morose villagers queuing the sun and Ouroboros. From the church pews, you can see the deep blue of the coast. Fresh green wood burn blue, those who can see peeing the smoke. The dead don't speak to the living, something not for us to know. The dead drift like empty boats. My people fled to the mountains, but it's nowhere the white man won't go. One strip of tarmac laid through the wilderness to where the natives work the pits, and you don't eat the shit. One strip of tarmac laid through the wilderness to where the planes and ships sit. It's a grip.
This is bad.
It's a grip. One strip of... The English language is violence. I hot-wired it. I got a hold of the master's tools. I got dialed in. I'm downwind with the drop. I'm Deng Xiaoping, smoking oil in the wok. I'm caught. History is a snare, struggling to grow ever more taught. On my deathbed, chuckling about all that time I bought. Afrofuturist, accurate legend on cinder blocks. But I bet if you toggle the wipers with all 4 doors locked, it'll still be like voila.
Trippy, man. Trippy. That song was badass.
A horrid sight. the blackest gnome.
I wonder what the hell that's from. What's this from? This little sample at the end. Florence K. Upton's 1895 children's book, The Adventures of Two Dutch Dolls, and a title of this album. I'm going to avoid saying the word, okay? So I want to actually scroll up a little bit. Lost Zorro said, in the UK here, it was a very vile imagery for us black people. It was so casual for it to be a kid's doll. And so, like, just out of respect for anybody, because I don't know shit about this doll. I don't know shit about what it means. I don't know how it affects other people. I don't know shit about it. So I'm going to do my best to not say that. But this outro is from a book that uses the word, where the character of the, I'll just say G, was originated, where the album takes its titles from. You can see on the cover, it's a caricature of negative, offensive stereotypes associated with black people, which is seen as a slur due to this. The Jim Crow Museum describes it as, actually, let me slide, oh shit, hold on. Let me slide this over for you guys. See this? Oh, that's me, isn't it? What am I moving? There we go. Here we go. Okay. A caricature of an American black-faced minstrels, in effect the character of a caricature. He was often drawn with paws instead of hands and feet. Oh, no shit. He had coal black face, thick lips, wide eyes, and a mass of long, unruly hair. Huh. This shit's wild, man. It is fucking wild. Like, and you know what's really wild? Because I was born 1980, and a lot of this shit that happened, right? Where am I? I'm trying to move me here. It didn't happen that long ago. That's what's, like, it's already wild that it's a thing, and it's wild that it's still a thing, but like all this shit, the fucking civil rights movement and slavery and all this, like, it didn't happen that long. Like, there are people who were alive that, like, they were there. You know, that I just, it's crazy. It's just fucking crazy to me. All of it. All of it. Let's go through some of these fucking lyrics. Keegan's here. Hey, Keegan, how's it going, man? Ragdoll playing dead. Like, I really want to keep this concept of this doll. I mean, the album's named after the doll. I wish I wondered what this doll, this imagery means to Billy Woods. Like, I wonder how strong his feelings are about it. Because I feel like that's going to feed into so much of this album. But yes, the production was so fucking eerie, man. Holy shit. Ragdoll playing dead. Rabid dog in the yard. Car won't start. This line's questioned out. This one, though, Daddy Longlegs stride your home like Cecil Rhodes. I don't know who Cecil Rhodes is. Death poems folded in breast pocket in my bedclothes. It's a dark roll, but it ain't no accidents, no coincidences. It's all praxis. Some drove, some crawled, some ran glancing backwards, some ran ravenous. Tender is the flesh, slender, imaginary friends. What the fuck? This winter, you'll eat to live. That's a statement right there. You'll eat to live, meaning you're not eating for pleasure. You cannot, well, not necessarily mean you cannot, but when you say you're going to eat to live, that means you probably don't have enough food to eat for pleasure. It's only to live. Cecil Rhodes reference back to the imagery of the UK. Okay. He was a very prominent figure in the British Empire in Africa. Oh, okay. Okay. Wood said he wrote a story about the doll as a child, and his mom called it overly derivative. He said this album's looping back to that story. Okay. Okay. Overly derivative. Thanks, Mom. One strip of tarmac lay through the wilderness to where the natives work to piss, where you don't eat the fish. And I wonder if that is like some sort of reference to, like, maybe because the place is so polluted or whatever, like the only place the natives are left to be, it's just this garbage. I don't know. Vaccinations was TB and whooping cough, looping thoughts, morose villages cueing the sun, and Ouroboros, which is the snake that eats itself, Ouroboros. Morose villages cueing the sun. From the church pews, you could see the deep blue of the coast, fresh green wood burned blue. This has got to be like, this has got to be some reference to something that happened. Something I don't know about. Those who can see appearing in smoke, the dead don't speak to the living, something not for us to know. The dead drift by like empty boats. And then this line is fucking nuts. My people fled to the mountain, but there's nowhere the white man won't go. That is like, with the production that he used on this track, man, that shit makes it like fucking horrifying. Horrifying. And then verse 3 is amazing too. The English language is violence. I hotwired it. I got a hold of the master's tools and got dialed in. There was a movie, I don't remember what movie it was, but it was like some time travel, sci-fi, going to different planet movie. And like, I remember the people there, they're all oppressed and enslaved, and the people, you know, the future people or whatever, they'd come and they were like trying to like get them free, and they started like trying to draw like a battle plan in the sand, and the people kept like wiping it out. No, you can't do that. You can't talk. You can't do that. You can't write, because that was what the master used. We weren't, the people, the slaves weren't allowed to write, obviously for, you know, to keep them enabled to communicate and educate and all this other stuff. But the idea of the master's tool being the English language and hot wiring it and getting dialed in to use it against them is pretty fucking legit, especially in a hip hop context, you know? And Woods is talking to himself from the future. Oh, man. And Lost Zero says, interesting enough, a lot of us black kids also had it, but girls, dolls with our skin tone were limited, not existent. History is a snare, struggling rope ever more taut, on my deathbed chuckling about all that time I bought. Afro-futuristic Acura legend on cinder blocks, but I bet if you toggle the wipers with all 4 doors locked, it would still be like voila. I don't know what the fuck any of that means. Let's keep going. Banger of an opener. That was an amazing track, Jumpscare. This is called Star 87, track 2. It's produced by Conductor Williams. Let's jump into track 2. I've been talking a lot already.
Jumped over, what is it? The something?
Conductor!
Ran away with the spoon. Then the cow jumped over the moon. Hey man, these days I believe it.
These days I believe it.
Dumb luck if they ask me how, but go ahead and cash me out. You already know I need mine now. When my father came home and slaughtered the cow, I come home, the house falling down. Everything boarded up in town, everyone living South Africa now. Talking about it's hard all around. Why when it's my turn to eat, it's always ashes in my mouth. Grown men excited to be in the streets, Negroes is clowns. Or maybe it really is hard all around. Weight of the world on your shoulders, keep a couple pounds. Tend the grass, prune the trees, I keep the grounds. Salt to the earth, bent back with a hoe his whole life. Sat up in the herds, gave him quite the fright. Rigor mortis on the cordless mic like in memoriam. Cite my sources, anti-pop.
I have no idea.
Showing every line of accordion, every line. Leave the comments on the racism pouring in. It's not working. This is how I win. Charged up so much it darkened my skin. I'm the one, I'm the beginning and the end. I'm the glowing sky burning air cinders in the wind. It should have been you, whispered by dead friends, and you know it's true. But I was late like them. Knock, knock, guess who? Eyes red rim. Looking around the den like you did I off all that shit we did. You did I, but you forgot about the kid. Had to do him greasy like cold spare ribs in the sallow globe and open fridge. Every verse sharpened at night like a shiv. Pelican Bay when I'm alone in the crib. I ground niggas down like Coach Tibbs. Phone ring off the hook. They wanna know where the bodies is hid.
Conductor!
Misshapen pigs.
This is fucking wild. This is fucking wild.
Has he been calling me? Can I speak with the police? He keeps on calling.
What the fuck?
Has he been calling me? Can I speak with the police? He keeps on calling.
You're safe inside that house.
Why are you doing this? What do you want? Stop calling me, you sick.
So this is from that movie. I haven't seen the movie.
Coming from inside the house.
Yeah, the call. This is fucking nuts. This is nuts.
Who the hell is Honey?
This is nuts. This is fucking nuts. So this outro portion is from some old, I think they did a remake of it, but the concept is it's like the girl babysitter home, and it's the horror movie and she's all scared and the guy keeps calling, whatever, but the twist is that the call is coming from inside the house. And then so this fucking line up here, this line. I'm the glowing sky, burning air, sickness in the wind. It should have been you, whispered by dead friends, and you know it's true. God damn, dude, that gives me like fucking chills right there. So, to me, this feels like a very, very, very intense version of like survivor's guilt or something. And Star 87, I think... It's not Star 69 was what you could call back. I forget what Star 87 did. But take the idea of the calls coming from inside the house. All these voices in your head. I mean, if what he's trying to express is the idea of survivor's guilt, this is fucking horrifying. Horrifying. It should have been you, whispered by dead friends, and you know it's true. Holy fuck, man. The hours late, night dim, knock knock, guess who? Eyes red rimmed because you're all fucking tired. I know all about that shit. Looking around the den like, you did all right off all that shit we did. You did all right, but you forgot about the kid. Who knows what the fuck he's referencing there? Had to do him greasy like cold spare ribs and a sallow glow of an open fridge. Every verse sharper tonight like a shiv Pelican Bay. When I'm alone, I'm in the crib. This is nuts. And the fucking production, I don't even know what to say about the production. Like, oh, fuck, dude. I guess technically there was a beat, but there was the whole time in the background, there's like that higher pitched like sound. It's like almost like a horror sound. Dumb luck if they ask me how, but go ahead and cash me out. You already know I need mine now. When my father came home, they slaughtered a cow. I come home, the house fallen down. I think what that means there, what this means there is, back maybe in an older time, if somebody came home, if they're gone for a while, if you slaughtered a cow, it's like maybe you're going to have a feast, like a celebration. If somebody's come home, let's eat, let's sit down together, let's celebrate. I think. I'm not positive there. So, basically when my father came home, there was a celebration. When I come home, the house is falling down. Like, here's all the shit I got to pay for, fix, what have you. Everything boarded up in town. Everyone live in South Africa now, talking about it's hard all around. Why, when it's my turn to eat, it's always ashes in my mouth. Grown men excited to be in the streets. I'm not going to say the next part, even though I just not going to say the next part. You guys can see it there. Maybe it really is hard all around. Weight of the world on these shoulders, keep a couple pounds, tend the grass, prune the trees that keep the ground, salt of the earth, bent back with his whole life, sat up in the hearse, gave him quite the fright. Billy Woods is fucking going nuts. This is crazy shit. I love it, but it's fucking crazy. Like, I can't remember the last time I came across something like this. Probably Maps. Or maybe some of the shit that MC Ride says on Death Grips. God, that line. It should have been you, whispered by dead friends, and you know it's true. That's what makes it so horrifying. I mean, the idea it should have been you, the idea of it's being whispered to by dead friends, and then the idea of knowing it's true. Like, holy fuck. That is a lot. That's a lot right there. And then this whole thing, the phone keeps ringing off the hook. The phone keeps ringing. Answer the goddamn phone. And the call's coming from inside the house. And it's just like these thoughts. I feel like what he's trying to express is these thoughts don't stop. They just keep coming. They keep coming. Thunder says his father was in political exile and came home when the administration he was a part of won the war. Oh, okay. Woods comes home now to see a deteriorating country. He elaborates more on Black Zombie. Okay. This is nuts. Let's keep going. What a fucking opener. Well, I mean, track 2, but so far we're 2 for 2. I don't even know if I'm going to put a heart next to Star 87 because it's like haunting. That shit is haunting. Track 3 is called Misery. Producer's Kenny Siegel. Or Seagal. I can never remember how to pronounce it. Anyway, let's drop into track 3. See what we got come next. Holy shit.
Re-up on bad dreams, bag up screens and 50 said he. Re-up on bad dreams, bag up screens and 50 said he. Number one fan like Misery, and Misery love company. And with them titties, she never unaccompanied. And she not going home in a pumpkin. If it's a tight squeeze, Brody, you the one thumbing. Please believe. She got a lover and a husband. She got a summons for sex in public and laugh, telling the story. She laughed from her stomach. I love it, covering her mouth. Dainty like she in a painting daydream. Those nails raking, full moon. She came to me already wet with sex. Next day I slept head on the desk, dead tired. It's pass fail on the test. It's bite marks on the breast. I'm trying to guess if she taking me home or platonic hug and kiss to burn my cheek. All 8 stops on the ACE. I wanna lay together, pass the weed, tangled legs, arms, feet, tangled sheets, rings and bangles, whispered strangle me, big trees. We spoon in the canopy. I'm in a green room, candidly making small talk with the man. Her girlfriend's in the band and she's not a fan of me. I get it. It's only so many days in a week, weeknights in a month. Everyone trying to get next to the plug. She out all night and don't leave before dusk. Dark turtleneck on the basis and her husband keep his collar turned up. Ragged holes in my throat, but I love to see those lips shiny with blood. I'm a number one fan. Number one fan like Misery, and Misery love company. And with them, she never unaccompanied and she not going home in a pumpkin. If it's a tight squeeze, Brody,
dude, this beat is fucking bad. Oh my god, man. Holy shit.
I re-up on bad dreams, bag up screens at 50 said I re-up on bad dreams, bag up screens at 50 said I re-up on bad dreams, bag up screens at 50 said I re-up on bad dreams, bag up screens at 50 said I re-up on bad dreams.
Holy fuck. What the fuck, dude? This is bad. Okay, there's a lot happening lyrically here. Number one fan like Misery, that was a book written by Stephen King where his number one fan, essentially, the book is about an author whose fan, number one fan, captures him, locks him up in the house, tortures him, all this shit. Misery loves company, and with them titties, she's never unaccompanied. So, like, I feel like you could talk for 10 minutes about just those fucking 20 words, 15 words. Always, here's this person, always accompanied, never alone. But Misery loves company, so she is Misery, or maybe she brings misery. I don't know. She's not going home in a pumpkin, so that's a reference to, I guess, Cinderella. Not Snow White, Cinderella. If it's a tight squeeze, Brody, you're the one thumbing, meaning you're getting the fuck out. You're going to be hitching. You're going to be walking and trying to get a ride. She got a lover and a husband. She got a summons for sex in public. And laugh telling the story. She laughs from her stomach. So like a full laugh. She's laughing about a story she's telling about sex in public that resulted in her essentially getting a summons to court. And then he says, I love it. Covering her mouth, dainty like she's in a painting, daydream, those nails raking. So raking is like that. Full moon, she came to me already wet with sex. Next day I slept, head on the desk, dead tired. It's a pass-fail on the test. It's bite marks on the breast. I'm trying to guess if she's taking me home or platonic hug and kiss. So, I mean, I don't know. That is very intense. But the first thing I wonder is, so a couple artists have done this in the past. For me, the one that sticks out the most is Danny Brown on Quaranta, or however you pronounce it, his 40 album, where he had a couple songs that sounded like breakup songs, but he later on said that it was about his relationship with hip hop. And so I don't really know where he's going with this. I don't know if this is like a metaphor, but either way, whatever this relationship is, it's fucking intense. I want to lay together, passing weed, tangled legs, arms, feet, tangled sheets, rings and bangles whispered, strangle me. Big trees, we spoon in the canopy. I'm in her green room, candidly making small talk with the man. Her girlfriend's in the band and she's not a fan of me. I get it. It's only so many days in a week, weeknights in a month. Everyone trying to get to the next plug, shout all night and don't leave before dusk. Dark turtleneck on the basis and the husband keeps his collar turned up. I don't know what the fuck any of this means. Ragged holes in my throat, but I love to see those lips shiny with blood. So that's like a vampire, right? Somebody feeding off of you. This is fucking nuts, dude. And then this whole thing about I re-up on bad dreams, bag up screams in 50s. What is this? Oh, it's reference to Doom. Do I not? Oh, Gastrol. Do I know that one? Which is that off of Doomsday? Operation Doomsday? I don't know. Lex. Lex, because it's my name. Just wanted to pop by, say thank you for all you've done. Graduated high school, so much time spent at homework studying the soundtrack of your voice. Oh, cheers. Thank you. Congratulations on your graduation, Lex. Operation Doomsday. Okay. Yeah. I got another message from somebody else who's graduating high school, and it's like, it's cool, you know, but I don't even think about people, basically the channel being around as long as people have been in high school for. So thanks, Lex. Thanks for dropping by, or popping by, as you say. Popping by. Leave that message, kind message. I appreciate it. Thank you for allowing me to be in your ear for all these years. I hope you got something from it, from all my crazy ramblings, right? This song is fucking nuts. You know, I'm kind of thinking maybe it's just, I mean, the title is Misery, so that's fairly obvious, but I wonder if it's more him just talking about what misery actually is, like having a relationship with misery, how it feels. I don't know. This is nuts. Amazing song. Oh my God, dude. Let's move on to track 4. This one's called Black Christmas. Apparently, I caught a couple of things on Twitter where people were kind of clowning on this one a little bit. Apparently, it's different. So take all the normal stuff we've heard so far and just throw it out the window. Right? Anyways, featuring Bruiser Wolf. We got Sadu Gold and Natalia, however you pronounce her last name, producing. Here we go. Here's track 4, Black Christmas.
All the shit you see, my nigga, nightmares didn't come during dreams. Fiends as the zombies, open and scene armed robberies, twin 15 carbon copies, autopsies. Street life adopted me, dying young was the prophecy. I was raised improperly in poverty, malnourished, food a commodity. Bare feet, missing teeth, raggedy clothes. You think they trying to trick or treat? Had to walk the streets when it was beef. To be frank, it was gore. Scared to fall asleep. They want you to rest in peace in the morgue. Gamblers, scammers, grandmas in pajamas. Niggas home from the slammer, trying to get a hold of the hammer. Funds is tight when the breadwinner get natural life. Or hit with the RICO for packaging wife. The strain to maintain can make you deranged. Acting strange, cause meds do more than take away the pain. Insane. Panic attacks, you can't relax. From having first dibs to what's left of the scraps. Horror, drama, suspense. It's a thriller if you can pay the rent. Direct threats at people trying to invent. This flick, as real as it gets. Depicting it, after living it, it's sickening. Bruiser.
You walked a long way, cause the shelter too crazy. You gotta.
You know, I wonder if the people who are, you know, not like enjoying this track, I wonder if it's just because of how Bruiser is like doing his vocals here. But it almost feels like the old timey, you know, 40s and 50s and 60s, like black and white commercial announcer style, you know? And if you take that idea and throw it into the concept of what this doll is and when it was prevalent and that time period and stuff, and then you take what he's saying and blend that all in, it's almost like this presentation of, you know, here's how difficult life is for black people, but it's almost like in this weird 1950s black and white commercial, old-timey, you know, just almost like mocking in a sense. So I feel like I don't know Bruiser Wolf very well, if at all. I feel like I've heard him at least before, but I almost wonder if that was like what he was going for. I don't know. He was on Karanta. Okay. Let me back up a little bit because I cut off Billy here as we dropped into the chorus. So I'm backing up a little bit and we'll finish out this track and then we'll go through. Oh my God, everything. This will be a long ass fucking video.
After living it, it's sickening. No, sir.
You walked a long way, cause the shelter too crazy. You gotta test the yay, nowadays that shit crazy. Even the weed spray, they paying more, you couldn't pay me. You couldn't pay me. You walked a long way, cause the shelter too crazy. You gotta test the yay, nowadays that shit shady. Eating the weed spray, you couldn't pay me. Neighbors just got evicted. How you gonna put folks out a week before Christmas and they got kids? Them people sick in their head, it's sickening. Everything niggas got tossed in the street, crying kids, is wicked. Took what they could fit in a cousin whip in 2 trips, the rest just sit. Nobody wants to be the first, but it's just sit. Eventually people start picking, sifting through, not proud, but eventually I was with them too. Pots and pans for the kitchen, few old clothes, my kids is little, they won't know the difference. Dolls with their heads missing, wild-eyed rocking horse, mouth carved into a frown. Family photos scattered on the ground, but they not of that family, I put them down. A light drizzle drove me back inside the house. Barred the door, sat on the couch, put the stuff on the floor. Everywhere it's hungry mouths, it's gnawing doubt. Dreams where teeth keep falling out and they insisting it's hamburger meat, but it tastes tight foul. Didn't want the doctor to turn, I knew it'd be something awful on the ultrasound. Sat up in my sleep, stifling the scream. That rent got me feeling I'm fit to drown. Storm drains full of clowns, tent cities on the edge of town. Squeaky wheel on the shopping cart so you know when they coming around. What you took you can't give back now. Nah, they on you like hounds.
This shit is fucking incredible. God damn. Drowning. It's like underwater. It's almost like, I don't know what that sound was. At first I thought maybe that was a baby crying at the very end there, but it's just almost like I'm keeping my head under the water to avoid hearing the screams. Maybe the scream or the crying of a child or something like that who's hungry. I don't know. That's the first thing that goes through my mind. This shit is fucking incredible. You know, Billy Woods, I really like the way he writes. Because he writes, he's basically like the words convey like 60% of the meaning, if even that much, like 50% of the meaning. But then the way he writes is the stuff that's left out, it fills itself in. Like, I can't even really explain it. It's incredible. He can kick out 10 words, but the words that he uses, it's like he's saying 100, essentially. Like this whole bit about neighbors got evicted, how you going to put folks out a week before Christmas? They got kids and people sick in the head. It's sickening. Watch, everything got tossed in the street, crying kids. It's wicked. So, you know, he's describing the scene, people being evicted, their stuff's on the street, whatever, okay. But he doesn't use a lot of words there. You know, you could see it. You could see it so well. And then you get this part, you know, took what they could fit in the cousin whip in 2 trips, the rest just sit. So they could only get 2 trips of the car. You know, they tried to load up everything that they could, and that was it. Nobody wants to be the first, but it's just sit. That right there. Nobody wants to be the first to start picking through other people's shit that just got evicted like vultures, essentially. But it's just sitting there, and we need stuff, and we're all struggling, and we all need clothes and what have you, and like nobody wants to do it. But it's just sitting there. The people are gone, and then there they go. Not proud, but eventually people start picking, sifting through. Not proud, but eventually I was with them too. Pots and pans for the kitchen, fuel clothes. It's so, I mean, that's 15, 20 words, but you can just see a crowd of people slowly, like one person finally, like, you know, breaks the barrier and starts sifting through, and then here come more people and more people. Like, the way he fucking writes is incredible. To me anyway. I think it's a fucking amazing. My kids is little, you know, pots and pans for kids, few old clothes. My kids is little. They won't know the difference. Even that right there, he's saying so much. My kids is little. They won't know the difference. But he knows, as the adult, he knows the situation that he's in, that he's picking through other people's left behind things to try and clothe his kids that he can't provide for. Like, there's so much being said there. Fuck's sake, dude. Dolls with their heads missing, wild-eyed rocking horse mouth carved into a frown. Family photos scattered on the ground, but they're not in that family. I put them down. Light drove me back inside the house, barred the door, sat on the couch, put the stuff on the floor. Everywhere, it's hungry mouths, it's gnawing doubt. Dreams where teeth keep falling out. Fuck, man. This shit's insane. It's amazing. This is amazing. Oh my God, dude. Let's go up to what Bruiser said, too. All the shit you're seeing. Nightmares didn't come during dreams. Fiends is the zombies. Open and seen, armed robberies, twin 15 carbon copies, autopsies, street life adopted me. Ding Young was the prophecy. I was raised improperly in poverty. Malnourished, food a commodity. Bare feet, missing teeth, raggedy clothes. You'd think they're trying to trick or treat. Had to walk the streets when it was beef. To be frank, it was gore. I feel like that's a nod to the football player, Frank Gore. Scared to fall asleep. They want you to rest in peace to the morgue. Which, R.I.P., right? Rest in peace. Gamblers, scammers, grandmas in pajamas, people home from the slammer trying to get a hold of a hammer. Funds is tight when the bread running your natural life. Or hit with the Rico for packaging white. The strains to maintain can make you deranged. And I've seen stuff like this about, you know, like studies where, depending on your financial situation, like if you're under financial stress, how it like dramatically lowers your IQ. The financial stress is like a huge factor on somebody's IQ because they're just always fucking stressed. Dude, this shit is nuts. That song was amazing. Another thing I was thinking too is, yeah, not your dreams of teeth falling out can be associated with feelings of anxiety and loss of control. Yeah. This shit's insane. It's incredible. And I was thinking too, you know, it's almost too intense. But another thing about why I like how Billy Woods writes is it's not like Kendrick. I feel like Kendrick almost does the opposite, where he is very good at saying a lot in not a lot of words, but he also jam packs his words with as much meaning as possible. And so on the surface, it might seem like the same thing, right? Like they're both saying a lot in what they're saying. But I feel like with Billy Woods, his style has like there's like breathing room in it, where he's hitting me more with this like emotional statement rather than this very specific, articulate, meaningful statement that Kendrick does, that when it's line after line after line after line, it's like fucking bust out the encyclopedia. Let's get Dissect Podcast going again to break down all the things that he just said, you know. Billy Woods does it in a different way. And because of that, I like it. I like it a lot, honestly. And I love Kendrick, don't get me wrong. But Kendrick, sometimes he puts in so much work, it's like exhausting to hear it. This is just a fucking emotional ride. Let's keep going. I'm talking a lot. Speaking of talking a lot, let's shut the fuck up a bit. Track 5 is called Waterproof Mascara. The producer is Preservation. And we're dropping in. Here we go.
I must be getting old or something.
Turn it up.
This is the one with the woman crying. Yeah. Or dying or something.
Watched my mother cry from the top of the stairs, scared when it came through the walls. I covered my ears, half hoping you know who would die. Then he did. Surprise! Careful what you wish for, might just get that shit. Mom showed us where she kept the passports in. The king's dead and your uncles are not our friends. How many times I gotta tell you kids, it's us in this room. That's it.
What the fuck?
Don't trust anyone.
I've never heard anything.
Don't trust anyone. Sometimes it's all you can do not to do it, like Sylvia Plath. My house full of gas, my kids cried and laughed right after. Psychopaths. I watched the slave cry for his master, waiting for him to break kayfabe, but the poor bastard just sat there, supper untouched. You can't make this shit up, but you welcome to try. I ain't gold, but niggas told me it wasn't a dry eye.
This is
We
fucking...
had me paralyzed, hit it again off automatic. We had me paralyzed, hit it again off automatic. Forging firewood with a baby crying in the forest. Don't you go looking for it. Just right how the white girl like her porridge. Get scalded, scoffing out the wrong place. Wake up, bitch, you in the wrong place.
Holy fucking shit.
She sings for her, and she isn't here. She cries for herself, surprised at the question, like, who else deserved these tears? I know you wasn't thinking it was you.
What?
I know you wasn't thinking it was you. We had me paralyzed. Thinking it was you.
Oh my God.
Again off automatic.
This is fucking wild. This is fucking wild. I have never heard anything like this before. Ever. Ever. Holy fuck, you guys. I mean, this is gonna sound fucking cliche as fuck, but this is art right here. Oh my God. Watched my mother cry from the top of the stairs, scared when it came through the walls. I covered my ears, half hoping you know who would die. I'm assuming his father. And then he did. Surprise. What? Fuck. Careful what you wish for, might just get that shit. Mom showed us where she kept the passports hid. The king's dead and your uncles are not our friends. How many times I gotta tell you kids, it's us in this room, that's it. Don't trust anyone. I mean, god damn, dude. Sometimes it's all you can do to not do it, like Sylvia Plath. I forget who Sylvia Plath is. Poet, novelist, committed suicide. Gee, fuck, man. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is nuts. My house full of gas, and my kids cried and laughed right after. Is he talking about like natural gas? Let's see. Here, the annotation is saying woods is likely using a double meaning on the word gas as both weed and laughing gas. In the face of adversity, woods laughs off the gas weed and acts like literal laughing gas. Okay. I don't understand the kids part. Laughed right after, though. Anyway. This line is incredible, too. I watched the slave cry for his master, waiting for him to break kayfabe. So kayfabe, I learned this somewhat recently, but basically kayfabe would be like, the best way to explain it is WWE, wrestling, right? Professional wrestling. They're all pretending, right? But they do it in a very professional way. So watching the slave cry for his master, waiting for him to break kayfabe, like waiting for the slave to drop the performance, to stop crying for the master. But the poor bastard just sat there, supper untouched. You can't make this shit up, but you're welcome to try. So the slave never stopped crying for his master, and he cried so hard he never even ate his dinner. And I mean, who knows what the fuck, what context he's trying to apply that to, but just the concept. Weed had me paralyzed, hit it again off automatic. So he's so fucking high, he can't even like realize what the fuck's going on, I guess, or something. But still, his body just automatically going back to it. Verse 3 is foraging firewood with a baby crying in the forest. Don't you go looking for it. Just right, how the white girl like her porridge. So that's the three bears or whatever, right? Or fucking Goldilocks, I mean. Get scalded, scoffing out the wrong plate. Wake up, bitch, you're in the wrong place. She saves for her and she isn't here. She cries for herself, surprised at the question, like, who else deserved these tears? This guy's fucking amazing. This is amazing, you guys. Oh my God. This is amazing. I mean, somebody said earlier, because I was talking about how, Billy, the way he writes, and then somebody said, no, actually, you have to like decipher Billy Woods quite a bit too, which is fair. I think that's fair. Because like right here, I have no idea what's going on. But to me, this is what makes it so amazing. Like, he's hitting on this emotional level. There's this fucking obscurity to, what's the word? Not obscurity. Anyway, there's this abstractness, this vagueness, but he hits specifically on these emotional levels. And so the words, even though we can sit here and read them and try and figure them out, we don't really know what it means. We can feel it. We can feel what it means. Foraging firewood with a baby crying in the forest. Don't you go looking for it. Like, that's creepy as fuck. It just strikes this weird nerve that nobody else really strikes like this. And, the way he phrases, sometimes it's all you can do to not do it like Sylvia Plath. Like, what a way to say suicide. The whole thing about his father fucking dying. Like, this is wild, man. And the title of the track is called Waterproof Mascara, because you're crying, but you don't want your mascara to run. And it's all done over a sample of a woman crying, and just one of the most haunting fucking beats I've ever heard in my life. Like, this is insane. Absolutely insane. It's amazing. All right, let's move on to track 6. It's called Counterclockwise. It's got The Alchemist, and I like The Alchemist, but I'm really curious to see what The Alchemist could pull off here, to see if we stay in this like lane. Say Optic, this is easily the scariest album I've heard in my life. Yeah, for real. Holy shit, dude. Esoteric. That's the word I was thinking of. Not obscure, but esoteric. I like that word. I don't get to use it very often. All right, let's jump into track 6, Counterclockwise.
2 milligrams of oral triazolam every 7 hours induces a safe sleep state and a minimal metabolic rate.
I know we weren't having this conversation the first
This continued state of rest, the human body breathes 0.3 liters of oxygen a minute for roughly 2,000 liters in 4 days. Class E oxygen tank holds 625 liters. To maintain hydration, the body cycles a minimum of 2.5 liters of oxygen would be needed on the other side.
I didn't get but a little bit, but still dreamt. After I wake up again. It's not easy to bend time how I do it. I had the knack, I suppose, need full of fluid. She had me running back X's and O's. She know what she doing. Daylight crack under curtains. We lay spooning, bodies wrapped up, cups rolling belly. A serpent moving counterclockwise. One city sleep, do-rag tied. The other bear's teeth as it opens its eyes. Never the twain shall meet. I knew she was a pro, how she slid out the bed sheets. Grasping, gasping fish, I slide them into fresh grease. Spattering, sputtering epithets. I dance out and niggas reach like Sweet Pea giggling. Like it's sweet in the streets. Maybe it is, I just speak for me. Scalding water in the wash basin, fog the mirror start my day, but the other place still feel realer. Turn the phrase just a bit, I got power steering. The woods gave way to a clearing where I knew they were waiting for my appearance with Nas ancient, faceless, but I know who they are.
This is not serious. I have no fucking idea what this track's about.
distorted dreams.
That's because he was the only human being they had captured, the CIA had captured. He was also the only human being that they had available to torture, and they created a fictitious person described previously as an Al-Qaeda resident leader and so on.
Show
and passed
for
that on
17 straight days. They cycled through each one of these techniques.
We're giving permission to torture him, assuming these facts are true.
Confined spaces.
In fact, the CIA knew they weren't
detention
true,
ends and these locked together so they can't move.
So I think all of this, the CIA, this talk about the CIA and Department of Justice is probably something in, Al Qaeda. This is probably back from like the Bush administration, post 9/11, that kind of stuff. The CIA cable showed for 17 14 straight days. They cycled through each one of these techniques: the whaling, the waterboarding, the confined spaces, the detention hand and knees, locked together so they can't move. They were given permission to torture him, assuming the facts are true. In fact, the CIA knew they weren't true, and as I said earlier, had been told by the FBI. I don't know what to make of this verse. I didn't get but a little bit, but still dreamt. I think he's talking about sleep there, which makes sense because this feels like sleep deprivation, and with the torture thing going on, you're not going to sleep. Obviously, they're not going to let you sleep. So I didn't get but a little bit, but I still dreamt. After I wake up again. So I wonder if that's like when you wake up after not a lot of sleep, you still feel like you're fucking asleep, kind of. And then maybe when you finally wake up, it's not easy to bend time how I do it. I had the neck, I suppose. Knee full of fluid. I don't know. She had me running back, X and O's. She knows what she's doing. So running back, X and O's, that's a nod to football. Knee full of fluid. Running backs get their knees injured, maybe getting shots in the knees, knee full of fluid. I don't know, but there's that. Daylight crack under the curtains. We lay spooning bodies wrapped up, cups swollen belly. So they're laying together, they're spooning, cupping a swollen belly. So maybe there's like a pregnant person there. A serpent moving counterclockwise. Counterclockwise. No fucking idea. One city sleep, do-rag tied, the other bare its teeth as it opens its eyes. Never the twain shall meet. Never the twain shall meet. It's two worlds. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of meaning there, but I would just be randomly guessing. I know she was a pro how she slid out the bed sheets, gasping fish. I slide them in the fresh grease, sputtering epithets. I dance out. People reach like sweet pea, giggling like it's sweet in the streets. Maybe it is. I just speak for me. Scolding water, the wash basin, fog the mirrors. Start my day, but the other place still feel realer. I like how he did this part too. Turn a phrase just a bit. I got power steering. The woods gave way to a clearing where I knew they were waiting for my appearance. I have no idea. No idea. Oh, the Earth rotates counterclockwise? Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't know that. I wonder why I just assumed it would rotate clockwise. Oh, whatever. It doesn't matter. But odd that I would assume that, because that's the right way to do it. That's how you're supposed to spin. I have no idea. No idea. Counterclockwise. Maybe, but that actually might be right. Just the planet spinning and the days going by, not getting enough sleep. Well, let's keep going. This is track 7. It's called Corinthians, featuring Despot and LP's producing. Lots of different producers on here. Lots of different people involved, honestly. All right, here we go. Track 7, Corinthians.
Scarecrow in the fair, watching the spectacle. It's still no dessert till you finish your vegetables. Circumspect, resurrect him in the vestibule of the building where they killed him. I'm true and living. Fuck what they telling me.
What? What the fuck, man?
Hungry eyes in the mirror like Corinthians. Uncanny Valley AI hit him with the hezzy, screaming, carry, my vision swims. Girlfriend, whenever you're around, your light dims. 2 cents. If it's on sight, say less. Where I see it, it ain't no past tense. Little kid, dude, tiny desk, itty bitty violins, big head, blue lips. If you never came back from the dead, can't tell me shit. 12 billion USD hovering over the Gaza Strip. You don't want to know what it costs to live, what it costs to hide behind eyelids. When your back turned, secret cannibals lick their lips, fingernails sharp. I snatch the lights out of cat so I can see in the dark, so I can see who you are. Taking the rat and put them both in the ark with the wink and the laugh. Stop for gas in the desert like the house is sod. Sky hung with a crescent, a veil of stars. Pick up weaving through dead cars, surface to air, camouflage in the truck bed. On guard, best believe them crackers won't make it to Mars. Mars. Mars, Mars, Mars.
I ain't never asked to be here, so when I decide to leave, all them devils in the details rush to either side of me. Where we going all depends what I pretended I believe. When I finally meet my maker, I have something up my sleeve. And I find out if the God above me bleed the same as me. Cause I'm tired of calling out for him and falling on my knees. And I'm never coming back from that, so don't wait up for me. You ain't gotta leave a light on, you ain't gotta hide a key. Well, I ain't been myself lately, least I ain't been under you.
This is badass,
wasted all the time you had
fucking
talking about what you about to do. When you finally knock on heaven's door, they ain't expecting you. And if you don't get the fuck off the stoop right now, they gonna shoot. Same old song, I sing it one more time. On the day you're gone, and nobody gon' cry. But you take what's yours, and I make it all mine. Till the money's so long, like it's saying bye-bye to you. Clip them wings, change the way time flies for you. 9 lifetimes, cast turn blind eyes to you. Won't ride, die, drive by, or lie for you. Ain't nowhere to run, nowhere to hide for you. They ain't get far without an arm and a leg. And then the beast below the street showed up and told them they dead. They need to meet me like they need a fucking hole in their head. And if you leave it up to me, that be what all of them get.
Fuck what they telling you.
This is nuts, dude. Fucking nuts. It's so badass. Fuck's sake, dude. I gotta say, I'm very impressed with what LP put together there. Honestly, I didn't say anything either about The Alchemist on the previous track. But this album has had such a feel and such a tone. So for those two guys to produce what they did and to keep it in the lane that we've been in this whole time is very impressive to me. Scarecrow in a field watching the spectacle. Still no dessert till you finish your vegetables. Circumspect, resurrect him in the vestibule of the building where they killed him. I'm truly living. I don't fucking know, man. Scarecrow in a field watching the spectacle. These little interlude, these little samples that they use. The one says, what they like best is for a man to take off his belt and hang himself from a beam, for then they can enjoy their heart's desire without being blamed. And then the second one that closes with, I realize all the poison in their speech, all the daggers in their laughter. Their teeth are white and glistening. They are all cannibals. Fuck, man. Holy fuck. Hungry eyes in the mirror like Corinthians. I don't know enough about Corinthians to understand that, but Uncanny Valley AI hit him with the Hesse scream and Carrie. My vision swims. So Carrie is another Stephen King novel. I don't know that one. I've never read that one. I've read a good chunk of Stephen King, but I haven't read Carrie. I haven't seen the movie either. Girlfriend, whenever you're around, your lights dim. 2 cents. If it's on site, say less. Girlfriend, whenever you're around, your lights dim. Girlfriend, 2 cents. So 2 cents is like, penny for your thoughts. But 2 cents would be doing that twice. If it's on site, say less. So like, if it's obvious, you don't have to point things out. Like, I don't know. I feel like he's saying, whoever this is, girlfriend, whenever you're around, your lights dim. Like, I feel like he's saying to this person, you're smart, but whenever you get around people, you start talking a lot and you start saying all these things that are obvious and it makes you sound stupid. So just don't say as much and you'll seem smart. I feel like that's what he's saying. I don't know. The way I say it ain't no past tense. Little kid, tiny desk, itty bitty violins. Big head, blue lips, I have no idea. If you never come back from the dead, can't tell me shit. 12 billion USD hovering over the Gaza Strip. You want to know what it costs to live. What it costs to hide behind eyelids. When your back turns, secret cannibals lick their lips, fingernails sharp. I snatched the light out so I can see in the dark. 12 billion hovering. Dude, the Gaza thing, man. Like, I love what he says after that. You don't want to know what it costs to live, what it costs to hide behind closed eyelids. We're closing our eyes. Closing our eyes. And look, I'm not going to sit here and act like, oh, not me. No, I'm just as guilty as anybody else about everything that's happening in Gaza. But I mean, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do. We're supposed to do. And I know America politics and all that shit is so divisive, and it's always, oh, it's that political party that did it to Gaza. No, it's that one. It's both. It's both. It is America that has basically just fucking licked the boot heel of Netanyahu, and if you keep killing innocent people, we're gonna send another stern letter. Yeah, boy. Fuck. Yeah, and now Gaza is just... I mean, Gaza has been gone, so don't get it too mixed up. Gaza has been gone for a while now, but now they're just officially declaring it gone. You don't want to know what it costs to live, what it costs to hide behind eyelids. You know, that whole thing too, I feel like just as a species overall, we're suffering from too much information, too much knowledge, awareness, whatever you want to call it. I mean, there's just horrible shit that happens all the time, every day, all the time. Whether it's Gaza, whether it's, murder. I mean, there's just every fucking day, awful things are happening all the time. And I don't think we have the mental capacity to be able to, process that. And I don't think we're capable to just constantly be aware of all the awful all the time. I don't think we can function in that kind of environment. But with media and social media and all this shit, it's just always there now. I don't think it's healthy. I don't think it's helping us, man. It's not only the U.S., the Palestinian Association got disbanded by Minister France. Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't want to get too into it because honestly, look, and this is an opinion I hold very strongly. I think more of us should hold this opinion. I'm uninformed and uneducated about what's happening over there. So for me to speak on it with any depth or, authority would make me a fool because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. And it's okay to not know what you're talking about as long as you don't turn around and pretend like you know what you're talking about. I think we got too much of that too. We got a lot of people really acting like they know what they're talking about when they're just spewing a bunch of bullshit. I snatched the lights out of Cat so I could see in the dark, so I can see who you are. Pig and the rat, he put them both on the ark with a wink and a laugh. That shit is fucking cold right there. We got to get these pigs and rats on board too. We got to save them. That way they can run around and keep running amok after the flood, right? Noah's Ark. Stopped for gas in the desert like the house of sod. Sky hung with a crescent, a veil of stars. Pick up, weave, and do dead cars, surface to air camouflage in the truck bed on God. I don't know what I mean, this guy, here I was praising him because of the way he writes, and now he's writing in the same way, and I'm wildly confused, right? Ah, shit. And then, I'm just going to say Despot. That's probably not how you're supposed to say it, but his verse is pretty fucking good too, man. I ain't never asked to be here. So when I decide to leave, all them devils in the details rush to either side of me. Where we're going all depends what I pretended I believe. It's a great line. What I pretended I believe. When I finally meet my maker, I have something up my sleeve, and I find out if the God above me bleed is the same as me, because I'm tired of calling out for him and falling on my knees, and I'm never coming back from that. So don't wait up for me. You ain't got to leave a light on. You ain't got to hide a key. I ain't been myself lately. At least I ain't been none of you who wasted all the time you had talking about what you're about to do. Talking about what you're about to do. Wasting all your time talking about what you're about to do. Brilliant line. When you finally knock on heaven's door, they ain't expecting you. And if you don't get the fuck off the stoop right now, they're going to shoot. Same old song, I sing it one more time on the day you're gone and nobody gonna cry for you. Take what's yours and I make it all mine till the money's so long like it's saying bye-bye to you. Clip them wings, change the way time flies for you. 9 lifetimes, cats turn blind eyes to you, won't ride die drives. This shit is fucking nuts. Dude, what an album. We got to keep going. Like, I keep forgetting I'm listening to an album because I'm spending so much time talking about it because I'm fucking blown away, man. This is nuts. We're not even halfway through, which is actually fantastic. That's not a problem at all. Track 8 is called Pitchforks and Halos. It's produced by Kenny Siegel. We're going to drop in track 8. Here we go. This shit's awesome. Oh my God. Oh wow.
Winding road, carnival glow behind us, pitchforks and halos light the way home. Sometimes you gotta pop in and remind them. Dead zone daps at the merch table, vinyl signing, comatose reclaiming my timing. Thank you for rewinding. In advance, Caliban on Caribbean island, barefoot in the water, eyeing that horizon in the B-boy stands. Their time is over. Everything is timing. Their time is over and they know it. That's why they whining. Right up until the last second, them idiots really thought I was just rhyming.
Dude, this shit is so good. Dude, I love it. I fucking love it. Oh my
Take
God.
a book for the trip, short or long. The stern words of dead revolutionaries who were wrong. The blurring word of all them centuries. I wonder where the time gone. I wonder where the time gone. The hood of the time machine is still warm.
The time machine was still warm.
People make time for the things they really want.
Ooh. Ooh. That one kind of stings for me, honestly. People make time for the things they really want. And I agree 100%. You will make time for the things you really want. So that means the things that you don't make time for, do you really want them? And that strikes me a bit because this year in particular has been a little tough with the house stuff and having to use some personal time, vacation time, sick time, what have you, to like deal with some of the house stuff. And then that's affecting probably my ability to go see my dad this summer because he lives out in Utah. The last couple of years, my son and I have been going out there. We go dirt biking and stuff, which is fucking great. Grandfather, me, him, or, my dad, me, him. So 3 generations riding around together, which is wonderful. But it's like I've kind of been going through this personal crisis lately of just, I feel like I'm bleeding out time. I'm losing time. My son's growing up. My dad's getting older. These things are just on my mind. And, I've got friends I don't see as often as I should, or I want to. And it's like, I have to have a job, but I don't want to go to work because it's time. It's the time. Like, I wish I could work part-time where I'm at, but they don't allow me to work part-time. But I would. Like, I would work half the hours and then take that time and do other things with the time. I take a book for the trip, short or long. The stirring words of dead revolutionaries who were wrong. The blurring world of all them centuries. I wonder where the time's gone. The hood of the time machine was still warm. This shit's fucking awesome. Winding road, cardinal glow behind us, so it's like a red sunset. Pitchforks and halos light the way home. I don't know what the fuck that means. Sometimes you got to pop in and remind them. Dead zone daps at the merch table. Vinyl signing. Comatose reclaiming my time. And thank you for rewinding. I feel like this is like he's doing like a like a fan thing or something. Like, you know, he's signing records. I don't know. But he's comatose, like he's exhausted while doing it, or barely paying attention or something. Who knows? What the hell is Caliban? It's highlighted here. It won't come up. Barefoot in the water, eyeing that horizon in a b-boy stance. Their time is over. Everything is timing. Their time is over, and they know it. That's why they're wildin'. Right up to the last second. That song was badass too, man. Fuck. How we doing over here, chat? How we doing? Hi, YouTube. Kenny Skizagall is amazing. Hi, Bob. Hi, Yuki. That was my favorite instrument on the album. Pitchforks and Halos. That shit was good, man. You guys are just kind of hanging out, huh? Just kind of hanging out. That's good. That works. While I ramble on and on. This has been a fucking experience. Like hardly anything else. This album, we're halfway through. And I can't believe what I'm hearing right now. Can't believe it. We got a first time chat from Girthy McNasty. Great name. Great name. All right, let's move into track 9. All These Worlds Are Yours. It's featuring Elucid, DJ Harem, and Chewbacca producing. Here we go, track 9. All These Worlds Are Yours. What a fucking album so far. I mean, I was hopeful. I had high hopes, but I did not think I was going to hear something
Today I
like
watched
this.
a man die in a hole from the comfort of my home. The drone flew real low, no rush, real slow. He curled up into himself, a fetus in the womb. Womb was the earth. Grenades landed at his feet, and he scrabbled in the dirt.
Jesus. I think I've seen that video that he's talking about.
As close as we be to the furthest planet. As close as we'll be to the furthest planet. As close as we'll be to the furthest planet.
What the fuck?
As close as we'll be to the furthest planet. As close as we'll be to the furthest planet.
Negative, we did not hear anything.
As close as we'll be to the furthest planet.
In the triplex Hembotronic, miscegenated misfit dial-up transmission, freak my impedance. Info kill game stage, in the box off the chart. Sub-bass loop suggested killing more cops. Sex tech fandom, doing it in the park. Fucking promise out my enemies, headshot in the dark. Mimetic glyph, holographic in the asylum of empire. Trench fire, silent weapons, body horror, private booth.
What the fuck, man?
Shine, my collar loose, beg borrow still, the bills damp to touch, denim tears, deep state cryo thrills, oral whirls, neutral ass eating raw deluxe, wars temple, how much would you cost?
I have no idea what the fuck Elucid's talking about.
As close as we'll be to the furthest planet. As close as we'll be to the furthest planet. As close as we'll be to the furthest planet. As close as we'll be to the furthest planet.
But folks that lost their faith, that rot away with screams, day after day after day after day, they strike at each other, hoping to find in greater pain a sedative.
Hoping to find in greater pain our sanity? Is that what he said? I don't know. All these worlds are yours. This thing, this Billy Woods part, I think I know what he's talking about. I remember this coming up, I don't know, probably like a year ago now. There's a subreddit that was popping off a bit on, it was like Ukraine war videos or some shit like that. Today I watched a man die in a hole from the comfort of my home. The drone flew real low, no rush, real slow. He curled up into himself, a fetus in the womb. Womb was the earth. Grenades landed at his feet, and he scrabbled in the dirt. I've seen a video that happens as he's describing right there. He's probably saw the same one. You know, and I just got done talking about how I don't feel like we're supposed to, be exposed to all these awful things. Like how, I don't know, maybe it's just me. I don't feel like my mind is capable of just processing this shit on a scale that large of, the entire planet, all these places, all these things that are happening. It's like trying to comprehend the vastness of the universe or something. It just doesn't work. But it's still happening, like that's what's so trippy, is being face to face with all this information and feeling overwhelmed by it and feeling like I can't process it and feeling like I'm not even supposed to be aware of it. Yet here it is. So what do? I don't know. But it has an effect either way. It has an effect. I would love to talk about Elucid here, but there's a lot of lyrics that were not filled in. And I got to tell you, I don't know what he's talking about. My boots shine, my teeth shine, my collar loose, something about denim tears, deep state thrills. Yeah, I don't know. And then this whole as close as we be to the furthest planet. I don't know. What do we got over here? Let's see. So clipping. Yeah, Tusk. Yeah, it does have a clipping feel. This track does. Okay, well, let's keep going. This is called a word. It starts with an M, and there's a Q in the middle somewhere with a bunch of fucking other vowels and stuff. So it's also track 10, and we'll just call it track 10. It's featuring, I'm going to say Al Divino, not AI, probably Al Divino. The producers are Saint Abdullah and Eomac. Here we go, track 10, whatever the fuck it's called.
Left no definite silence, the crime faster than rabbits for the time slow-mo. She spoke soft, hard, true soul, got a sense of time to gang signs. Her fraternities, Freemasonry is gangbanging, red and blue laws, bloods and crips. Gave all I got, good as it gets. All I got in return was what good as this. Still don't feel real, toast my chest for a cigarette burner, holding the film reel, the pill to solve. No real result found, some stay afloat, but in the end we all drown. Halfway through the high, saw his mom face before the stop, now gunshot. Here's pop, high pitch, white noise, dog whistle, devil in the detail, death is God's riddle. No more can I kick it, kids kicking candles and vigils. Brand new pistol in the AR, and even 18 before than AR. Don't even know they gon' forget you when you gone. It won't hug your mother when she miss.
What the fuck?
Fanon said self-amputation, how all this is created. The irrational rationalizations of the racists. The amputee says accepted, there's no escaping. Except the prosthetics. They give ill-fitting limbs as gifts and insist you can only live in the present. Fanon dreamed of death every night in the desert, woke in hospital bed. CIA handlers gently pressing, wishing he died out there in the sand, bayoneted. You had the wrong answer to the right fucking question. Amputation, how you survive. You can't get away if you don't leave something behind. Trapped a housefly in an upside down pint glass and waited for it to die. It's still alive. Staring out compound eyes. 9 fingers can still tie. Keep extremities clear, the courthouse closed at 5. I warned you. Some took it on the arm, caught in a trap. Some came of their own accord, a piece already cut, neatly wrapped in butcher paper. I had to cut them off, I ain't had no option. They the type to come back with the choppers chopping.
What? Wow. I want to just sit and listen to this in the dark.
Time is on my side. Yes, it is. Time is on my side. Yes, it is.
Oh, did he? This was not the album to listen to on a Sunday day walk around the park. Yeah, that is correct. That is correct. This is incredible, man. Amputation, how you survive. Can't get away if you don't leave something behind. Trapped a housefly in an upside down pint glass and waited for it to die. It's still alive, staring out compound eyes. 9 fingers can still tie a tie. Keep extremities clear. This whole last section right here is incredible. I'm going to read it all and then I'll talk about it. 9 fingers can still tie a tie. Keep extremities clear. The courthouse closed at 5. And there's this voice, I warned you. Some took it on the arm, caught in a trap. Some came of their own accord, a piece already cut, neatly wrapped in butcher paper. Had to cut 'em off. I have no option. They're the type to come back with the choppers chopping. So let's kind of go through this a bit. 9 fingers can still tie a tie, keep extremities clear. So if you work in industry, you know, there's moving machinery and parts and you can get hurt, and there's guards and signs. Guards as in like, you know, metal guarding, you know, plates, stuff like that. And signs saying, you know, keep hands clear, all this stuff, right? And if you don't, you lose a finger or worse. Then you get into the courthouse closed at 5. So now we've spun into this thing of, imagine instead of you physically losing a finger because it got caught in this thing, you didn't move your hand fast enough. It's like the law, the door of the law slamming shut and cutting a piece of you. But then you also have this thing of amputation and how you survive. Can't get away if you don't leave something behind. And so it's like the law essentially wants its cut. Give me my cut, right? You got to pay a fee. You got to pay a fine, something like that. Some took it on the arm, caught in a trap. Some came of their own accord, a piece already cut, neatly wrapped in butcher paper. Like money in an envelope, you know? I've got my, here we go. Got a bunch of money for you right here in my envelope. Here you go, neatly wrapped in butcher paper. And so, in a way, it's almost like he's talking about two-tier justice system, and you know, some people get caught, taken on the arm, and now you're in this trap, while others can just pay their way out of this thing that they're stuck in. And they're not even stuck in it because they got the money to begin with, and they know that. Who's this Fanon? Fanon dreamed of death every night in the desert. I don't know. So Frantz Fanon was a Mardican I don't know what this word is. Mardican psychiatrist and Marxist political philosopher whose works, such as the Book of Black Skin, White Mass, are highly influential to post-colonial and national liberation movements. Fanon lent his support to the Algerian FLN and went across to the Sahara to open up a new front in their attempt to liberate themselves from French control. He traveled to the United States for leukemia treatment in 1961. The trip was orchestrated by the CIA, and Fanon was handled by CIA agent Oliver whoever. He died in the United States 6th of December 1961. So he dreamed of death every night in the desert, woke in a hospital bed, CIA handlers gently pressing, wishing he died out there in the stand, bayoneted. He had the wrong answer to the right fucking question. So Ladidi says, I read it as be able to fit in the racist world, you have to sacrifice a part of yourself. Oh, interesting. And the court will either cut it off or you can offer your tribute. This Al Divino verse is really fucking good too. She left no note, deafening silence, the crime fast and the rabbit, father time slow-mo. She spoke soft, hard truths, got a sense of time through gang signs. Her fraternity's Freemasonry is gangbanging, red and blue large, Bloods and Crips. Gave all I got, good as it gets. All I got in return was what good is this? Still don't feel real, toss my fears far, toss my tears far, cigarette burn a hole in the film reel. The pill dissolved, no real resolve found. Some stay afloat, but in the end we all drown. I just don't know what he's talking about, but it sounds cool. Halfway through the heist, saw his mom's face Too far to stop now. Gunshot ears pop, high pitched white noise, dog whistle. I feel like he's talking about politics, American politics. Like she left no note, deafening silence, like Lady Justice or whatever, or you know the statue with the girl with the thing over her eyes, but the scales holding the scales up. She spoke soft, hard truths. Got a sense of time through gang signs. Red and blue, large bloods and Crips. I feel like that's kind of a reference to Democrat, Republican, but who fucking knows? Who knows? That's just my guess. Halfway through the heist, saw his mom's face. I don't know. Incredible music. Incredible music. The irrational rationalizations of the racists. The amputee says, accept it. There's no escaping. Accept the prosthetics. They give ill-fitted limbs as gifts and insist you can only live in the present. Meaning, don't worry about what happened before. Basically, you can't talk about that type of thing. I assume, anyway. It's just amazing. I love this. Is amazing. All right, let's move on to track 11. This will be called "A Doll Full of Pins." Yolanda Watson is featured, and Jeff Markey and Messiah Music are producing. This is track 11.
All summer in a day.
Oh, wow.
I spent all summer digging myself out of grave. Can't run with the wolves when you're astray. Can't let anyone know you getting paid. Can't let them meet the connect. Your own people will get you up out the way. I hit 20K in my mother's basement. DC summer suffocating. The air pregnant, the whole city just waiting. Tasting my own blood and bracelets. The plug impatient. Like fuck all that, I lived in the bus station. Niggas tried to yap me, I left town, I'm not tough. I came back when niggas got locked up. I know them niggas. Niggas is dumb.
Oh, wow.
All full of pins. Come to me with your sins. List of names.
Oh, yeah.
Foes and friends. It's all the same in the end. They're all the same in the end. Oh, graspy little men. I'm a dog.
I love that patient bass line.
Mold again and again and again and again. Oh, yeah. It never ends. So I keep my head down. Yeah. My heart
Whoa. It sounds like the song is ending.
Might bottle it like white women tears. Might throttle to spit out this. Keep playing with me for real. Lines of hearses, they put the curse on the whole family, but it's hard not to feel like we got it the worstest. Be quiet if my soul was for purchase. I replied, unfortunately it's long gone, but might I interest you in something else? Wasn't no timeouts, we got welts from the belt. Wasn't none of that, just fuck around and find out. Gollywog showed up on the shelf, pop up like a kid's book. Kid got his wig split, Gollywog by the window like he having a look. At night it's little feet. Retreat to my room, wedge debris between the door and the floor. At night it's tiny sharp teeth. Kill all rats, yeah, but you gotta pay that fee. Try to play slick, miss me with the woe is me. Just had the dough. Order pipe, let that warm.
I want you to kill Big Pen, his two brothers.
I can do that for you. What will you give me in return?
I don't know.
I will take my pay as we go.
Dude, this is incredible. Hey, Grow Up. Welcome. Been watching since Whole Lot of Red. First live stream. Well, you finally caught one. They're rare. They are rare. So welcome. Thank you for joining. I don't really know what he means by a doll full of pins. So the first thing I think of is like a voodoo doll, where you have a replica of the person you want to like do voodoo magic on, right? And I know this sounds ridiculous, but this is just a general idea. So with that doll, you stick all the pins in. In verse 1 is actually pretty incredible. People tried to yap me. I left town. I'm not tough. So I want to start at the end here, and then we'll go back to the beginning. I'm going to bounce around a bit. But basically, people tried to yap me. I left town. I'm not tough. I came back when they're locked up. I know them people. They're dumb. They're dumb. So all these, I don't know how else to say it, but like basically, then you get up here, you know, you can't run with the wolves when you're astray. Can't let anyone know you're getting paid. Can't let them meet the connect. Your own people will get you up out the way. I had 20K in my mother's basement. So basically, he describes this idea of dodging people who are going to rough him up a bit, right? And so instead of dealing with that, he just kind of left town, waited until these people who he is calling very stupid do the stupid things that they do, and then eventually get locked up for it, and then you come back to town and you don't have to dodge them anymore. Okay? Great. Then you get into the verse 2. Might bottle it like white women's tears. Might throttle spit out this, I don't know, tisk. Keep playing with me for real. Line of hearses. They put the curse on the whole family, but it's hard not to feel like we got it the worstest. Inquired if my soul was for purchase. I replied, unfortunately, it's long gone. But might I interest you in something else? Wasn't no timeouts. We got welts from the belt. Wasn't none of that. Just fuck around and find out. And then he's talking about the doll here. I won't say the word. We'll just say the doll showed up on the shelf, pop up like a kid's book. Kid got his wig split. The doll by the window like he's having a look. At night, it's a little feet retreat to my room. Wedged debris between the door and the floor. At night, it's tiny, sharp teeth. Kill all the rats. Yeah, but you got to pay that fee. You tried to play slick. Miss me with that woe is me. Just have the dough. So we got a lot here. Let's start with the rats. So at night, it's little feet retreat to my room, wedge debris between the door and the floor. So rats can squeeze under really small gaps. So I feel like it's a literal reference of jamming shit under a door that probably has a large gap, because if it's not a well-made door, then it's got a large gap, to try and keep literal rats out of your room. But then there's also this thing of kill all the rats, but you got to pay the fee, and try to play slick with me, miss me with that woe is me, just have the dough. Because in here, he's kind of like acting tough, you know, like, give me my fucking money. I want my money, and we're going to kill the rats who rat us out or whatever. And then you've got this bit up here. Wasn't none of that. Just fuck around and find out. You know, got the welts from the belt. No timeouts. And so there's this kind of like, this is how I was raised. And or maybe not necessarily how I was raised, but this is where I came from. This is how I am. Got this doll that appears in my room that is really a mockery of me and my family and my people or whatever, but it's there somehow anyway. Pops up on the shelf like a kid's book. It's by the window. You know, he's talking about kid got his wig split. So I don't know if like there was a fight outside and, you know, somebody getting beat up, and then looking through the window and seeing this doll that exists as a mockery to you. But also in this same track, he's talking about people are dumb and they do dumb things and they get locked up because of it. But now he's down here doing things that they also do. And so going all the way back to the title, it's a doll full of pins, and it's almost like you're sticking needles in your own self. You're torturing your own self by the things that you're doing. I don't know. It's all very like loosely tied together in how I presented it just now. But that's what's so incredible about Billy Woods, is I feel like it's almost just like stream of conscious. He has these feelings, these ideas, these emotions, and he just goes boop, 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 boop. But then he writes it in a way where they link up. But then when you try and explain it, literally, like flesh it all out, it almost like it disappears again. You almost have to exist with it on this emotional plane. on a non-verbal plane, essentially. Line of hearses. They put the curse on the whole family. But it's hard not to feel like we got it the worstest. Trippy, man. Trippy. I got another first-time chat. Javinus. Hello. Welcome. Yeah, the think of rats and stitches, yeah. Yeah, this is insane, man. Let's keep going. I mean, I was wondering where are we? We're 11 in. I was wondering if maybe this is going to be like a concrete theme that goes through this album, but it's almost like the tracks of the album are like the lyrics in the songs. They're just like these blips and these feelings, and it's just you just jump from one to the next. I also think talking a lot disrupts the flow of the album. I feel like me not talking and listening to it is going to be a totally different experience. I mean, obviously, but I think it keeps that emotional flow going. So let's jump into track 12. It's called Golgotha, which I think Golgotha, I remember that being like biblical or something, like the place of the skull or where Jesus was crucified or something like that. I can't remember. Anyway, the producer is Messiah Music. Jumping into track 12, Golgotha.
Out of chars and ashes, like golden salamanders, the old years, the green years will leap. Roses sweeten the air, white hair turns black, wrinkles vanish, everything flies back to sea. Flee death.
Ghouls glued to the screen till he stop moving. That's the thing about a chess piece, gotta peep how he moving. Gotta play stupid. The king sleep in the doom ship, hubris outside Ruth Chris. Every bird get its wings clipped. Munitions flying in an empty sky. I saw a lion at the Bronx Zoo when I was 9. It's stuck in my mind. Sometimes feeling like the tiger on Shrine's cover. The fuselage cut them down in a line, brother. Fuselage shuddering as the plane climbed. You know I prayed to every one of them motherfuckers. Old man puttering, muttering to myself. Money comes slow like publishing. House full of ghosts, half wonder if I'm one of them. When they come asking, go ahead and tell them what you know. Truth be told, you never even knew my government. Many years ago, my mother and I made a covenant. I look in their eyes when they get what they coveted. Fire in the sky, satellites plummeted. G showed me the whistle and said he not getting cut again. He got 213 months, but he never got cut again. Everything buffering, reality lag and jump. Sometimes barely recognize the people I love. It run hot, fast like arterial blood. Splashy kicks, the night slippery. Wrist. Can't lie, some of these rappers do be glittering. Embittered, but still air kiss death. Black lipstick on my neck in bed. She's a dead fish, but it's more to life than sex.
I'm going to pause real quick. I'll just read this translation. Apparently this is Georgian. So Ali is a young lady. She has long hair, which is straight down to her ankles. Ali in Georgian mythology is a type of Lilith-like demon that afflicts pregnant women, the elderly, and infants who happen to stumble into remote woods, caves, and ruins. That's creepy as fuck.
Needful things. I hear what they say in the light of day, but let's see what the night brings. The flap of ragged wings, black Thanos finger snaps, 5 gems on a 4-finger ring. There's no going back no more. We drew lots in the dark corridor to kill the king. Our sweat sting. Yeah, doggy, we need them things. Hand speed like bing, bing, bing. I used to love her, now I see it was just a fling. Two glasses out the cupboard and poured us some party and drink.
This is like
that. For me to take that first sip, though.
შეიძლება ცოდაც გახوس თვის ნამჭრელს ბოს მაინც იწევს შურს თავის თმას იპოვს მოკლავს და გაიქცი
I like Golgotha though. Okay, here I'll read this translation. So the second portion translates as, she is fully naked, sitting in the water, sometimes on rocks when she is combing her hair. If someone planned to sneak up to her and cut her hair with scissors, she turns into a normal lady. Even she can marry the one who cut her hair, but finally she still gets revenge by finding her hair, kills every member of the family, and runs away. Okay. Well, there you go. My brain's starting to melt a little bit now. We've been going through this a lot. That's okay. Getting there. Ghouls glued to the screen till they stop moving. That's the thing about a chess piece. Got to keep how he's moving. Got to play stupid. The King's Sleep in the Doomed Ship. Hubris outside of Ruth Chris, which is an expensive steak place. Every bird gets its wings clipped. Munitions flying in an empty sky. Saw a lion at the Bronx Zoo when I was 9. It's stuck in my mind. Sometimes feeling like the tiger on a Shrine's cover. This part I don't understand. The Fusillade cut them down in a line. Brother, the fuselage shuddering as he's playing, and that's questioned out. You know, I prayed to every one of them motherfuckers. Old man puttering, muttering to myself, money comes slow like publishing. House full of ghosts, half wonder if I'm one of them. When they come, ask you, go ahead, tell them what you know. Truth be told, never even knew my government. Many years ago, my mother and I made a covenant. I look in their eyes when they get what they coveted. That line I really fucking like. And the reason why I like that is if somebody really wants something, they want something, and then you watch them get it, and then maybe, you know, it kind of go two ways, right? Like maybe now they're very happy or whatever, but I don't think he's going with that angle. I think it's more of this endless need for more, right? The coveting. I want this. And then they get it, and now they want the next thing. I want the next thing, you know? It feels like that's what he's getting after in this verse. Fire in the sky, satellites plummeting. G showed me the whistle and said he's not getting cut again. He got 213 months, but he never got cut again. I don't really know exactly what that means. Everything's buffering, reality's lagging. Sometimes barely recognize the people I love. I run hot and fast like arterial blood. Can't lie, some of these rappers do be glittering. I don't know, man. I don't know. I have no idea. Meaningful things. I hear what they say in the light of day, but let's see what the night brings. The flap of ragged wings, Black Thanos' finger snaps 5 gems on a 4-finger ring. It's no going back no more. We drew lots in a dark corridor to kill the king. I don't know. I have no idea. Let's see what Malagna has to say here. He talks a lot about haunting on this album. I wonder if that ties back to the doll and how the connotations and associations that doll exudes haunts him personally and poor black communities as a whole. Yeah, I don't know. It'd be fun to see an interview. I know he doesn't do interviews, does he? Like, he doesn't show his face. I think Billy Woods doesn't show his face, so he probably doesn't do interviews. It would be fun to have a chat with Billy Woods about this album. It'd be fun to just pick a couple of lines at random. It's like, yo, what does this mean? What does this mean? What the hell are you talking about here? Oh, right there? Yeah. Oh, let's keep going. We still got quite a bit of music left. This is track 13. It's called Cold Sweat, produced by Ant. And we'll drop in. Track 13.
We don't leave anything in the past.
It must be nice for those who remember.
That's a lot, boy.
Let me tell you, my darlings, these are laughter lines.
I had my community sick when they unraveled our time travelers, still pick dark old Miller chick. Niggas asked, is this as dark as it get? Put a finger in my lips, shook my head. Hallway was barely lit, air thick with dread. It's a room full of record execs on the other end, and you dancing on the desk. Wake up in a cold sweat, in a barber chair, math hard for asking if anyone tried to make you wear a dress. Wake up in a cold sweat, laid up next to your old ex. It never broke up. Duplex, West 86, 3 beautiful kids that get up and make their own beds. But the way she popped that, I knew I was gonna wake up, I ain't even trip. Cold sweat, my place is a mess. Landlord trying to empty the building so he can make it flip. I'm the only one left, they mad, I'm stopping the grip. I'm glad cause the shoe on the other foot and it fit. Every slave dream of the day, get a hold of the whip. Shit even grin, I pay rent, they mad as shit. They trying to wake up, but it's the same N-word again and again with the same check. They tried threats, they offered me bread, begged me to talk sense. Like how you want this thing to end? And you said it. You said anything about hold on. Why would it end? I love it here. I'm not trying to go anywhere, man. Y'all my people. Why would it end? Maybe I'm crazy. That's how it ended, man.
The clothes I described were the clothes he was buried in. The piece of paper that he gave me, she brought a letter that he wrote her when he was in the army. Signatures identical. There's only one thing that was different. I said, he had a high voice. She said, oh, no. She said, he had a deep voice like yours. Oh. Anyway, this story happened to a guy like me, and as I say, it's been haunting me.
What the fuck, man? I love it. I just love it. So, this whole rent thing, my sister-in-law, her sister, she lives down in LA, and she's in this weird rent scenario where I don't know all the details. I don't understand how it works. But basically, if she holds out, because they want to do something to her building, but in order to do that, to be allowed to do that, like all the tenants either have to leave or they have to pay the tenants to leave, and they have to pay them a certain amount based on how long they've been there, and all this other stuff. So basically, my sister-in-law's sister lives in this place in LA, and she's been living there for years waiting for this like payout to happen. But what they're doing is they're trying to wait out the tenants, because as they move out, if the building's empty when they want to do this massive renovation or whatever the fuck, then they don't have to pay anybody out. It's so... And I think when they do this renovation, then they can up the rent because of whatever the laws are with rent pricing and stuff. So this whole bit right here about his landlord trying to empty the building so he can make it flip. I'm the only one left, and they're mad I'm stopping the grift. I'm glad because there's a shoe on the other foot and it fit. Every slave dreamed of the day he'd get a hold of the whip. Shit-eating grin, I pay rent. They're mad as shit. They're trying to wake up, but it's the same N-word again and again with the same check. They tried threats. They offered me bread, begged me to talk some sense. How do you think this is going to end? And then I love how he changes his vocals in this part. He's acting all innocent. And who said anything about, hold on, why would it end? I love it here. I'm not trying to go anywhere. You're all my people. So I love this bit about how he just keeps paying his rent so that they can't flip the fucking apartment building. Oh my God, man. Who's Darko? Oh, fuck if I know. Basketball player. Okay. All right. Not going to worry about the basketball. I don't know anything about basketball. Is this as dark as it gets? I put a finger to my lips, shook my head. Hallways barely lit, air thick with dread. It's a room full of record execs on the other end, and you're dancing on the desk. Wake up in a cold sweat. In a barber chair, Math Hoffa asking if anyone tried to make you wear a dress. I don't know who Math Hoffa is, but if I go off of what some of the shit Cat Williams has said about people being forced to wear a dress, that makes sense. And then you wake up in a cold sweat, because that ties right in line with dancing on a desk for a music executive. Laid up next to your old ex and never broke up. Duplex, West 83, three beautiful kids, or West 86, three beautiful kids that get up and make their own beds. But the way she popped that, I knew I was going to wake up. I didn't even trip. Cold sweat. So he wakes up again. He doesn't say wake up. He just says cold sweat this time. So he does wake up. My place is a mess. Landlord trying to empty the building so he can make it flip. Trippy song, man. And then this outro. I don't know what the fuck's going on with the outro. Clothes I described were the clothes he was buried in. The piece of paper gave me, she brought a letter that he wrote when he was in the army. The signature was identical. Only one thing was different. He had a high voice. No. He had a deep voice like yours. Oh. Anyway, this story happened to a guy like me, and like I said, it's been haunting me. I don't know what the outro, the sample's about, where it's from. Grow Up says the next song is dark. Oh, Math Hoffa is a YouTuber. Okay. Huh. Oh, and Malagna says that Billy Woods does do interviews. Okay, cool. Well, let's move on to 14. It's called Black Zombie. Producer Still Tip Dove jumping into 14. Black Zombie.
The person you're talking to is a very experienced person. There are not many things in the world that I don't know.
Staggering post-colonial African zombie state chase the people into the waves. Watch every ship and raft till it disappear, whether it make it or watery grave. Hey, who's to say? Right away, zombies stop going all crazy. They whole game changed like Soze. Walking Dead, no way, brother. The uninterred hopped in Rangers Rovers. You already know that chauffeur gold Mercedes is a go. Bit of harvest where the house of traders are hawking is that oil gotta flow. Zombies go home to platters of prawn and Asgard go. Moet Chandon bottles bust against the bows of boat. Zombies fucking on hoes are zombies too though. New mothers struggle while the zombies suckle like baby goats. Newborns in the bush, head stove in with stones. Sahel to Savannah, zombies roam in Ferragamo and Comme des Garçons. Now that you're gone, the city's a quiet boy, the slums are calm. University's empty, the troublemakers is drowned. They're driving Uber overseas. The zombies chuckle at their computers. French doors open to the breeze. Swollen feet stuffed in loafers, ride on the wind. Rap money in the cushions of the sofa. Ceiling fans spin slower. Pan-African money folder. Arab money, Jew money. Keep new money somewhere sunny. It can't get frozen. Chinese funny, but keep everything in USD. We really know them. We really know them.
I love the production.
Really
this
know
is
them.
Zombie.
So you are accountable? I'm not accountable, but I know what I'm doing. Because I cannot be accountable for what I did. I'm not the one who started the violence. But I defeated the violence, but the system automatically defeated it is not a dictatorial state. It's not an Egypt. It's not a Sudan. It's not a Libya.
Flies. The flies has got to be because of corpses, right? Dead bodies. It's got to be. Who is talking? Interview of Ugandan President Yoweri, however you say his name. So that was this guy who's talking. The sample is the president of Uganda. Staggering post-colonial African zombie state. Chase the people into the waves. Watch every ship and raft till they disappear, whether they make it or watery grave. Hey, who's to say? I love how he does that because it's like, it doesn't matter as long as they're gone, right? Whether they get away on the boat or they sink and die. Who cares? It doesn't matter. Right away, zombies start going all crazy. Their whole gait changed like Soze. So Soze is a character from a movie called The Usual Suspects. If you've never seen that movie, it's definitely worth a watch. Good movie. But the ending, the reference he's making, the whole gait changed. The character Soze starts to walk different, which doesn't sound important until you watch the movie. Walking Dead, no way, brother. The uninterred hopped in Range Rovers. You already know that chauffeur gold Mercedes is the go bitter farthest. Whether House of Atreides or Harkonnen, that's oil gotta flow. Zombies. University's empty. The troublemakers is drowned or driving Uber overseas. I wonder what this is all in reference to. And then, keep the new money somewhere sunny. It can't get frozen. And I love that because I feel like there's a couple different meanings there. I think, first of all, it's probably like you keep it in a place where it can't get seized. It can't be frozen, But then also, if you keep the money somewhere where it can't get frozen. Like maybe this is probably not what he means, but maybe, you know, now you won't piss it away on some fucking diamond jewelry or some shit like that. Chinese funding, but keep everything in USD because we really know them. I wonder what this is about. China is Africa's largest bilateral lender and holds approximately 12% of the continent's total debt. Both through its infrastructure building projects of Belt and Road Initiative and attempts to secure national resources, China is a new player in the propping up the post-colonial neo-colonialism that Woods describes in the song. Okay. While China is a new player in the support of the zombies, U.S. meddling and support for the new elite has been a long-term issue. Imagine that. Imagine that. U.S. foreign policy interfering with other countries. No, it would never happen. Thunder says, I think the zombies are those who give in to nihilism. Maybe. Maybe. Well, let's keep going. Let's keep going. I really want to just sit down and listen to this again. This track 15 is called Make No Mistake. Producer is Messiah Music. Another quick one, 2.5 minutes. I'll just let it run beginning to end.
You want to see nobody like me for like 12 other years. You see what they do all the time. I'm different level. You crazy? You can't even coach my type of style. They style is regular.
It's easy for you, but it's hard for me to forget the things we did because we had to eat. At least that's what we said when we did the deeds. Some lost their lives, some still ain't losing winking sleep. I said what I said, you can tell them you heard it from me. I told a few lies in my time, but never once over a beat. Make no mistake, there's no more room inside the safe. It's safety in numbers, but brothers hating others. Patiently wait till the day you make that, and then you up out of here without a trace. Not a whole lot left to say, unless you say your name when they start to take that part. Hey, young fella, here go another story about back in the day. What's his name? Backed it out on Avenue A. Everybody backing away, stammering and stuttering. Make no mistake, we flying, but my foot fluttering on the brakes. They cooking, cuttering, I'm guilty too. How I'm flipping crime and punishment, playing in their face. Mama, I'm so sorry. I'm talking since it was Fat Joe, Big Pun, and Triple Six. Lord is my witness, I was squinting through a cloud of haze. Stutter, drop, dip, Euro step. When they say it's off beat, that's when I know I got him on skate. Needle in the arm, how he made his escape. People stay stuck in their ways. Who am I to judge? Blow me a dub before I even wash my face. This system will take your ancestral traditions and twist them indigenous mountain villages, make you coke paste. Still living hand to mouth, make no mistake. I never liked the guy, but gave him some grace. Only to find out I was right the first time. I hide everything in the rhymes, that's why I need a dog on stage.
That's why I need
no mistake. What you shoulda did, just sit on your shoulder. What you coulda been, haunt you as you get older. What you shoulda did, just sit on your shoulder. What you coulda been, haunt you as you get older. What you shoulda did, just sit on your shoulder. What you coulda been, haunt you as you get older.
Baby's secret tells lots of secrets, so you never know what she'll say next. And she looks so real, the way her lips move like yours.
This has got to be like a commercial for
You can have fun
doll.
keeping secrets together.
I hope
What
I
kind?
assume.
If we told, they wouldn't be secrets anymore.
I feel like I remember that. I feel like I remember that being a toy. I remember when I was a kid, Teddy Ruxpin was a thing. But then I also remember there was like this girl doll that would talk too. So that might actually be a clip from an old commercial about that doll. This chorus is interesting. What you should have did, just sit on your shoulder. What you could have been, haunt you as you get older. The first thing that crosses my mind is I'm pleasantly happy to say that I don't have anything that haunts me about what I could have been, which is really nice. I'd never really think about that, which means there's nothing haunting me, which, okay. You know, the thing that sits on your shoulder, that's kind of, it sounds like akin to the monkey on your back type of a thing. What you should have did, just sit on your shoulder, and sometimes that just grows and grows and grows. what you could have been haunts you as you get older. I mean, I could see that. You missed opportunity. But man, I hope people don't suffer from that. You got to let it go. That's it. There's nothing. You got to let it go. I think there's a lot of things too. For me, like I'll be 45 this summer, and I mean, my 30s were better than my 20s, and my 40s have been better than my 30s. So I really don't have a problem with getting older because shit just keeps getting better, which is nice. But that's not always true, you know. But I do very much believe that as you get older, I feel like some people have this wrong idea in their mind of, oh, I can't do that anymore because I'm older. And while that's true in some regards, like, you know, I'm not going to go try out to be a starting quarterback for an NFL football team this summer. Right? Now, missed out on that, right? Like, that's not happening. Obviously, there are things that are going to be specific to age and physical capability and stuff like that. But I feel like people think, oh, when you get old, you just can't do anything anymore. You just get old and boring. You can get old and boring, but it's not, you know, you're not bound to that. You can do a lot of shit as you get older. And usually it gets easier to do a lot of shit as you get older because you start finally getting some fucking money. Like, that's the hard part. You need some damn money, you know? Parth says, I think more of devil and angel on the shoulders. Yeah, maybe. But this idea of being haunted by what you could have been as you get older, that's a tough one. I feel like, you know, maybe, you know, if you missed out on a relationship went wrong, that it could, if it would have worked out, you know, maybe that could have been something special that lasted, or who knows, right? I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of things that people think about, but all I really want to say is I hope if any of you out there have this idea of, no, once I'm older, I can't do that anymore. Yes, you fucking can. There's a lot of shit you can do, man, when you're older. And yeah, people might go, what the fuck are you doing? You just tell them, don't worry about it. I'm doing what I want. I couldn't do it before. I can do it now, so I'm gonna. There you go. You know, like listening to hip hop for the first time ever, because that started about 4 years ago for me. So I didn't even start listening to hip hop until I was in my 40s, and then making the old YouTube channel because of it. This is a fucking pretty interesting song, man. It's easy for you, but it's hard for me to forget the things we did because we had to eat. At least that's what we said when we did the deed. So, like, even the justification, he doesn't believe. Some lost their lives, some still ain't lose a wink of sleep. I really like that line. I really like that. I mean, talk about a contrast right there, right? Some people can die over what they're trying to do, and the others, it doesn't even, like, if that's the risk, death as being a potential risk of the outcome, and then some people just not even losing any sleep over that risk. That's a pretty incredible line right there. I said what I said. You can tell him you heard it from me. I told a few lies in my time, but never once over a beat. Make no mistakes. No more room inside the safe. It's safety in numbers, but the brothers hating others. Patiently waiting for the day you make that. And then you up out of here without a trace. Not a whole lot left to say unless you state your name when they start that tape. Like you're going to fucking snitch, right? To the cops. You're going to confess or whatever. Testify. This part was interesting too. Everybody back in the way, stammering and stuttering. Make no mistake, we flying, but my foot fluttering on the brakes. Like he's ready to slam on the brakes. Anyway, they quickly cut her, and I'm guilty too, how I'm flipping crime and punishment and playing in their face. And then he says this, it's in parentheses, but he kind of said this as an ad-lib. Mama, I'm so sorry. But he says it in like a almost mocking me. Mama, I'm so sorry. Like a fake apology. And that's right after, you know, I'm guilty too, how I'm flipping crime and punishment and playing in their face. And he mentions Fat Joe, Big Pun. Triple says, Fat Joe and Big Pun, I need to listen to both those guys. I haven't heard of the other. Lord is my witness, I was squinting through a cloud of haze. When they say it's offbeat, that's what I know. I got him on the skates. Needle in the arm, how he made his escape. People stuck in their ways. Who am I to judge? Blow me a dub before I even wash my face. Just talking about people on heroin and judging them, but then it's like, hey, I fucking smoke first thing in the morning. Let's keep going. Fascinating album. I'm starting to wind down. It's been a lot to try and process. This is track 16. It's called Born Alone, produced by Kenny Seagal. Drop it in. Here we go.
Dead man shoes, double dare you to rock them. Slip them on smooth, they gon' fit, no problem, they always do. It's like they were made for your 2 feet. Kids laid out in the streets, no kicks, limbs askew. That's how they did my cousin in 86. Auntie saw it on the news. He had one on, one off. It was by the bare foot that she knew. My wife said the baby feet look just like you. And I thought about that when they went to sleep. I cried too. Dog-eared Timberland boot. Saucony's on the Brooklyn stoop in pretty good shape. Toothbrush to sway. Mouth full of toothpaste. Looking in the mirror like I know my day coming. I pray it's not today. Seen them coming like, hold on, wait. Ain't no way. Doctor, read the x-rays while you read the doctor's face. I rock a clean pair of socks every day, just in case.
Jesus, man.
Born alone, die alone, no matter who your man's is. Hope he lived long enough to tell it to his grandkids. Born alone, die alone, no matter who your man's is. Hope he lived long enough to tell it to his grandkids. Born alone, die alone. Born alone, die alone. Born alone, die alone. Born alone, die alone. I had a zipper break on the nightstand. Woke to a pile of 12s that had a skunky smell. Shoemaker in the L's. I'ma go back in time, tell that young boy, give him hell. If it's a fight, fight to the bell. Peep the 6 CD carousel, Scott tell Page in my eyes well. I wager he never realized he was talking to himself. Just as well. Back in the present, busting open a pack, fingers sticky with resin. I've heard it all before, like Russian peasants. That's that loop for you. That's what the loop do. Said Bash pulled it out the dollar bin where he had his stash, handed to Al and said track 2. It's true. History never repeats, a dude rhymed old trying to catch the loop. Loophole like a gun show. Dropped out of JUCO like it's Dunzo. Puto, let's get it out the mud. Son was barefoot by the end of the month. You know how it always goes. You know how it goes. You know how it goes. Born alone, die alone, no matter what your plans is. Born alone, die alone, no matter what your plans is.
Hope you live long enough to tell it to his grandkids.
I don't remember that Doom sequence. It says Doom. And it's kind of screwed a bit. Dude, that opening verse was fucking wild. And Drang, I like, the song that you mentioned off of Maps, Ain't Gonna Lie. It's the things you can't undo. The past is a black Rubik's Cube. Time lapse running in place like old cartoons. Just Billy Woods, man, the way he fucking writes and raps is very unique. Dead Man Shoes, double day to rock them, slip them on smooth. They're going to fit no problem. They always do. It's like they were made for your 2 feet, kids laid out in the streets. No kicks, limbs askew. That's how they did my cousin in 86. Auntie saw it on the news. He had one on, one off, was by the barefoot that she knew. And then, see, these are the things that I love about Billy Woods. His thought process. Because he says that and then his mind jumps to, my wife said the baby feet look just like you. And I thought about that. Like, That to me is fascinating. This leap from his cousin and what his aunt said, and then what his wife says. Man, when they went to sleep, I cried too. Dog-eared Timberland boot. I don't know all these names right here. Saucony's on the Brooklyn stoop in pretty good shape. Toothbrush and suede. Mouthful of toothpaste. Look in the mirror like I know my day coming. I pray it's not today. Seen him coming like hold on, wait. The panic that he puts in that, and then all the gunshots. This is another fucking amazing line. Doctor read the x-rays while you read the doctor's face. That is a fucking excellent line. Like, you're waiting for them to tell you. But while they're trying to figure it out, you're watching them to see what comes over their face as they figure it out. Which is all probably pretty obvious. I kind of feel stupid for explaining that, but it's just so well done right there. This is a perfect example of the way Billy Woods writes and how he can say so much with so few words. Doctor read the x-rays while you read the doctor's face. I mean, right there, that he creates so much anxiety right there because you're waiting. What is it? Is it bad? Is it good? Is it okay? How bad? You know, all that. Just all right there. Amazing. The second verse, I'm not totally... I want to click on this annotation here. Seb Bash pulled it out the dollar bin where he had his stash, handed it to Al and said, track 2. Seb Bash is a backwoods producer who was off the Premrock album. Al is short for Alchemist. Oh. But the person who wrote the annotation doesn't know what the story is referring to. Well, you and me both, buddy. History never repeats. It do rhyme, though. Trying to catch the loophole like a gun show. Jumped out of JUCO like it's Dunzo, Puzo, let's get it out the mud. Son was barefoot by the end of the month. So whatever JUCO is, apparently it didn't work out. He was broke as fuck. After 1 month went by. I'm going to go back in time, tell that young boy, give him hell. If it's a fight, fight to the bell. Peep the 6 CD carousel, Skytel page of mine as well. I wager he never realized he was talking to himself. So he's thinking about himself as a kid there. That Doom line is from King Ghidorah. Okay. All right. Thank you, Siri. Thank you, and welcome, first-time chatter, Siri. Oh, dropped out of junior college, JUCO. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you. Good explanation there. Girthy McNasty. I love some of the names people come up with. It's fucking amazing. Okay, there's 2 more tracks. Track 17 is called Lead Paint Test. It's featuring Elucid and Cavalier. Producers are Willie Green and DJ Mo Nichols, I'll say. Mo Nichols. Track 17, Lead Paint Test. This is the longest track on the album. What an album, man. Fuck.
Knock the cell, keep the devil out. Knives by the window, find you where you idle. A death rattle for the ages. 20-year cycle, breaking mirrors, shattered gazes. Empty framing, tending to a heart. Corner creeper, lights on hallway, still felt dark. Jigsaw parquet floor, detailed inlay for the preservation. The stories we know, the stories we tell. Nuclear family, nuclear fallout, still all is well. Cracked plastic, exposed brick. The wood door swings a little stiff in the summer. Pocket door rubbing track, heat expansion. Same high school graduation picture on the mantle. With a smile fit for a homegoing. Playing dumb, but we all know it. Steel wool crack filler. Emma passed on the back, looking up at the same ceiling. Sometime I think we share some of the same feelings. Somehow, forever's a mighty long time. Inshallah, God willing.
God bless this sweet home, my beloved home. 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 4 blues.
I really like the
God bless this sweet home, my beloved home. 1, 2, 4 blue stone crouched on dead horns.
Hold my breath if I walk past on a visit. They replastered the last crooked paths of the lizards. My uncle is the ghost of Thanksgiving past. First floor, front room, Mars was the last to get the message. Now it's just tenants. Y'all wasn't here when the bandos was brick skeletons. Moss gathered like migrational change. Miguel pitching cool feathers kept breaking the trains. These ain't pains, these the regular aches. My mom slaved cause she said ownership was breaking the chains. Me and my father's main bar was that day we cursed out pigs at our gate. Every black life a thriller. Even an infant if the infamil don't kill her. Pages turn Ezra Jack Keats to iller fates. Arthur Miller home was based to be in the chase from toes tagged in the chiller. Now walk past my own door, no welcome homes from the shivers. Forgiveness like the cold wind, old men remember.
Forgiveness like the cold wind. We'll pause in the middle here. I hold my breath if I walk past on a visit. They replastered the last crooked path of the lizards. My uncle is the ghost of Thanksgiving past, first floor, front room. Mom's was the last to get the message. Now it's just tenant. So I wonder if this is like little apartments. And she was the last one to move out or something. Y'all wasn't here when the bandos was bricks, skeletons, moth gathered, migrational change. Huh. These ain't pains. These are regular aches. My mom's slave because she said ownership was breaking the chains. Me and my father's main bond was that day we cursed out pigs at our gate. There's a way to bond, huh? Yell at the cops with your parents. But I didn't get this part at the end. Home was based to beating the chase from toes tagged in the chiller. Okay, sure. Now walk past my own door. No welcome homes from the shivers. Forgiveness like the cold wind old men remember. Well, let's keep it going here.
Let the children come. Let your mother hear you laugh.
Trippy production, man.
Half crushed by the car, dragged herself back and caterwauled. Father put out her misery on the kitchen floor. Mom said be proud of her, she made it home. These walls can talk, they might not, after all we don't. One door been locked since when, why it's never said, but we know. I left that house for 2 rooms, but it got a peephole. I ain't been back since then, but kids still see ghosts. I'm not my ancestors' dreams, they in the room wishing they could smoke and eat. Lean shadows, dust swirling and sunbeam shadows reach for my son in dreams. Some shadows have deep, shadowing me. Crossing that threshold again, they gon' part like the sea. Silently pointed to that room, but I swear to the Lord, I never had the key. Somehow it's in my hand now, that grass turned green. Grass dead in the yard, Philistines chopped down the avocado tree. I put my ear to the door, but all I could hear was my heartbeat. God bless this sweet home, my beloved home. 1, 2, 4, Bluestone, crouched on dead home. God bless this sweet home, my beloved home. My beloved home.
I like this one.
What kind of evil you got, man? It ain't evil. Just sad. Come on. Step on through.
I love these little touches like that. I mean, that's what makes this album so essentially cinematic. That's how I feel about it. It's all this texture. You're on this audio journey. This last bit, this last verse by Billy Woods, it's like, I don't understand the first part, but the second part, I feel like he's revisiting like an old family home or something. Let's go through the verse. Half crushed by the car, dragged herself back and caterwauled. I don't know what that means. Father put her out of her misery on the kitchen floor. Mom said, be proud of her. She made it home. Half crushed by the car. I wonder if that's like the family dog or something, maybe? Father put her out of her misery on the kitchen floor. I don't know. If these walls could talk, they might not. After all, we don't. One door been locked since when? Why is never said, but we know. So there's this locked door in the house. I left that house for 2 rooms, but it got a peephole. I ain't been back since, but kids still see ghosts. I'm not my ancestors' dreams. They in the room wishing they could smoke the weed. Lean shadows, dust swirling in sunbeams. Shadows reach my son in dreams. The shit's so bizarre. Some shadows that deep shadowing me, crossing that threshold again. They get apart like the sea. Silently pointed to that room, but I swear to the Lord I never had the key. Somehow it's in my hand now. That brass turned green. So the brass turned green like if brass doesn't get polished. If it oxidizes, it turns green. So it's been sitting there for a long time. Grass dead in the yard. Philistines chopped down the avocado tree. Put my ear to the door, but all I could hear was my heartbeat. Fucking Why? I mean, I really would love to know more about just the thought process of this verse. One door has been locked since when why is never said, but we know. I wonder if that's where they buried the dog. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's been sitting in front of me the whole time. I don't know. I left that house for 2 rooms, but it got a peephole. Huh. That's a badass track. All right, this is the final one. We got one more. This is, dude, I can't believe how long this video's been going. We are 2.5 minutes in, or 2.5 hours, I mean. Final track is called Dislocated, featuring Elucid again, and the producer is Human Error Club. Final track off of, I won't say the name, apparently the G word album. But here we go. Final track, Dislocated. Is it going? Oh, no. Come on, Spotify. You can do it. I know it's hard sometimes. Here we go. There we go. Beautiful.
Location, 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 I won't be located. Location, 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 I won't be located. Location, 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 I won't be located. Location, 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 I won't be located.
Someone else's dream. Out of reach, fire keeper for this life we lead. Why away? Guide my feet, I'm entirely someone else's dream, someone else's dream. Out of reach, fire keeper for this life it leads. Why away? Guide my feet, I'm entirely someone else's dream, someone else's dream. The wealth recede, my belts recede and expand. Say what I said, it doesn't need a response. Taking space when I want, to the east by land. Seam, cut, weave with my hands as light advances, exposed beams. Good boom, still gambling, the night's young, poor deep. Texting 3 black hearts on a landing strip. Fear of abandonment, not my bag, don't need to handle it. Feeling like a man and shit. Whatever that spell, psychic faults and damages. Bleeding with my hammer, bloody gauzy bandages. Line the canvases, texture coarse, quicker sand to sift. I crew horse, standing in, give my black ass the kiss. A standard win, the level's been leveled. The levels
in the forest, face painted, fingertips black with charcoal. I waited and waited. Anything I gave, I waited. Same as I got. Anything I caught, I killed it. I ate it. I can't be located. I can't be located. Face pixelated, face pressed to the pavement. Knee in my spine, the crowd undulated. Phones raised. In there, I'm faceless. She's under me, eyes searching my face. Baby girl, just face it. I'd rather carry it myself. I already paid the freightage. I played facing the bases. Miles Davis, I slept in the basement. False pride jotted on the paper. I can't be located.
False
shadows flit between leaves, blotches of green. Mosses cling to trees. I'm under the painting. You can't come in here with me. You can't come in here. You'll see. You can't come in here with me. I can't be located.
Wow. This shit's incredible, man. I love how that drum beat just slowly builds and builds and just turns into a fucking frenzy. Here's what Elucid had to say. Someone else's dream, out of reach, for this life at least. Why are we? Guide my feet, I'm eternally someone else's dream. The wealth received, my belts recede and expand. Say what I said, it doesn't need a response. Taking space when I want. To the east, by land, sea, cut, weave with my hands as light advances, expose beams. Good bones still gambling, the night's young, pour deep, texting 3 black hearts on a landing strip. Fear of abandonment, not my bag, don't need to handle it. Feeling like a man and shit, whatever that smells like, and faults and damages, leading with my hammer, bloody gauzes, bandages. Lined in canvases, texture coarse, quicker sand to sit. I have no fucking idea what this is about. I grew hoarse standing in, give my black ass the kiss. I like that. That's good. Well done. Standard win. The level's been leveled. Okay. I mean, I really don't know what to make of that, but there you go. Billy Woods, his verse, I kind of started thinking about the cover a little bit. Just a little bit. In the forest, face painted, fingertips black with charcoal, I waited and waited. Anything I gave, I waited. Same as I got. Anything I caught, I killed it, I ate it. I can't be located, I can't be located. Face pixelated, face pressed to the pavement, knee in my spine, the crowd undulated, phones raised. In there, I'm faceless. She's under me. I don't know, this is where I got a little confused. Because I felt like this first part, he says in the forest, but what he's talking about, face pressed to the pavement, knee in my spine, the crowd undulated, phones raised. Like if you're being arrested or something and you're in the middle of the street and there's a bunch of people watching and all that shit and just being faceless in that scene, I suppose. But then she's under me. I searched my face. Baby girl, just face it. I'd rather carry it myself. Already paid the freightage. I played facing the bassist, Miles Davis. Oh, apparently he played with his back turned. Okay. I slept in the basement. False pride jotted on the paper. I can't be located. Shadows flit between leaves. Blotches of green. Monsters cling to trees. I'm under the painting. I have no fucking idea. I can't come in here with me. You can't come in here. You'll see. I can't be located. I don't know. Fascinating song, though. The production on that was fucking cool. Very cool. Elucid is there to say, so Billy Woods could say, my lyrics are not obscure. Oh, don't let it be another 2 years for another Billy Woods. Yeah. No, it should not be another 2 years for another Billy Woods. Holy fuck, man. I'm kind of wiped out in a good way, But also it's funny because I love going through this and reading the lyrics and trying to figure it out and really trying to absorb it. But at the same time, this album, the way the music and the production goes and the samples and just the emotion ride, it's an emotional ride. I feel like it's more emotional than intellectual. I think there's a lot of intellectual there, but it's like the intellectual is the boat and the emotion is the sea that the boat is swept up in. And so with all that said, this album, just letting it flow like a stream, just let it flow, I think, is how this album will really shine. So I'm going to put this on again right away. But holy shit, you guys, what an experience, man. What an experience. I was pretty excited when this popped up. I think it popped up, I don't know, like 2 weeks ago or something on Twitter. It was like, oh, the album's coming. All right, sweet. Or maybe somebody messaged me or something. I was like, oh, cool, new Billy Woods. Cool, I'm looking forward to checking that out. But I was hopeful, like, oh, it'll probably be pretty good. I didn't expect anything like this, man. This is something else entirely. This is fantastic. And something I love about it is it's hard to explain why it's fantastic. Like if somebody were to come up to you and go, yeah, okay, so you listen to it, yeah. So what'd you think? Oh, it's amazing. Okay, well, why? What made it so good? I don't know. Was the production? Yeah. Is it like good beats? No, no, not really like, no, not like you're thinking like good beats, you know, no, like the beats are really good, the production's really good, but it's not like good beats in the sense of you're nodding your head. It's more like, I don't know. What about the lyrics? Oh, great lyrics. What's he say? I don't know. I have no fucking idea what he said. But it's amazing. It's amazing. You know? It's just it's a fully wrapped up experience. It's fantastic. It's just fantastic. Oh, Austin, you got here at the very end. Welcome, Austin. You caught it the very last second. Damn. I'm kind of blown away. Actually, I am blown away, honestly. This is fucking cool, man. Really cool. Really cool. I'm gonna go eat some lunch, y'all. Long stream. I didn't think the album would run this long in terms of my sitting down with it. It's not even an hour album, you know? Usually I take the runtime and double it. So I was thinking, oh yeah, under 2 hours. We're fucking almost 3 on the stream. Well, 2:45. All right, y'all. Well, I'm gonna shut down the recording. So thank you guys for watching here.